freedom, man. That's what it's all about. You've got to groove on freedom, like the good book says.
Welcome. You are listening to What on Earth is Happening. This show will discuss the topics of human consciousness, mind control, natural law, the occult, and all issues that affect the freedom of the people of Earth. What on Earth is Happening will endeavor to shine light upon the darkness of our world and to offer empowering solutions to the problems we face as humanity approaches its critical moment of choice. And now, here is your host, Mark Passio.
Welcome, one and all. You're watching What on Earth is Happening. I'm your host, Mark Passio. My website, whatonearthishappening.com. Ladies and gentlemen, government is slavery. Always has been, is now, always will be, until we decide to end it. And here on What on Earth is Happening, we are ending slavery one mind at a time. Welcome and thank you for tuning in today. Today is Sunday, May 26th, 2024. This is episode number 291 of What on Earth is Happening. And What on Earth is Happening is and continues to be a series of cumulative information in which, to understand the later episodes, you need the prerequisite knowledge contained in the earlier episodes. So if you're a new viewer, you shouldn't watch from this point. Instead, you should go back to episode number 1, and you should listen and watch all of the episodes in order at your own pace in order to accurately understand what is being said in these later shows. And people insist that that isn't necessary to do, and they are incorrect. If you don't have a solid foundational framework in the philosophical material that is covered in the earliest episodes, you will not truly understand what I'm saying in the later episodes, regardless of whether you think you understand or not. You will just believe that you understand, and you will not understand, as I've told people they do endlessly. So don't listen out of order. Listen in order as the show is intended to be. You don't read a book out of order if you're not an idiot. You don't read the last page of a book unless you're an idiot first. You read the book in linear progression. It's the same thing with any kind of course that involves challenging subject matter. You have to listen, read, view it in order as was intended. And I will continue to say that each and every episode for the hard-headed people who don't want to understand that that's the progression that this material and course is intended to take. So I have some housekeeping announcements, and I want to explain to people the hiatus that I was on for the last month. I have not been on the air for the last month or so, and people speculated all over the place, all over social media, and I want to tell people the real reason that I was not present here during doing the show for the last 4 weeks. And I also want to highlight what this really shows. It shows how people without enough information jump to their own conclusion based on their own predetermined worldview. They don't have the information that they require, and they ultimately make themselves look like the fools that they are. This is indicative of the entire freedom movement. But we'll get to that when we get to it in a few moments. Thank you, as always, to Will Keller from the One Great Work Network for the great title cards that he always produces each week for my show. This is the title card of episode number 291. We will be continuing to explore, to re-examine the material from the Unholy Feminine presentation. This is part number 13 of the revisitation of that material. I have recovered the Unholy Feminine, Neo-Feminism, and the Satanic Epi-Eugenics agenda precisely because I feel like it is material that was not truly received by the people who say that they want to listen to and understand my material. And it was never really integrated by them because I still see a ton of it in the so-called freedom community, in the so-called truth-telling community. These communities are nothing of the kind. They're some of the worst people on earth. And people want to, take exception to the fact that I say that. I'm the hardest on people in the freedom community. I'm the hardest on people who say they want freedom and yet still to this day do not recognize and understand the actual dynamics of how real freedom is truly created in the world or how real freedom is actually destroyed in the world. The vast bulk of the people in the so-called freedom movement do not understand that dynamic at all, not even a tiny little bit, and then out of their mouth spews the verbal diarrhea that they want freedom. No, you don't. You want to hear your ignoramus mouths drool is what you want. You want to open your mouth and drool out nonsense. And almost everybody in the entire freedom community fits that bill. Just about everyone, with the exception of a tiny few that actually do understand the dynamics of real freedom. So what I want to talk about is why I took my hiatus and what happened during the hiatus. So, the real reason that I took the last 4 weeks off is because my biological birth father was sick and dying. He had stage 4 cancer that had metastasized throughout his body. It began in the lungs, spread to the liver, the brain, and other places of the body. And I was, visiting him in the hospital and at home, and, we knew that it was not going to be extremely long. I really personally consider this an example of what they're calling in the modern day turbo cancer. And really from diagnosis to, being deceased, it was less than 3.5 months. About 3.5 months. In the past, you usually, would get a diagnosis of a year or maybe 6 months. And now it's like even halved or quartered that. So, my father did pass away on May 8th of this year. This is the obituary photo that we used for him. His name was Anthony. That's my biological father, Anthony Passio Jr. He was born May 29th, 1947, and died May 8th, 2024. So I just want to say a few words. Me and my father always had a pretty decent relationship with each other. Yes, he and my mother separated and eventually divorced. Separated when I was about five months in the womb. And we didn't spend an inordinate amount of time together, but the time that we did spend together was good quality time. We always got along. We always had pretty good in-depth discussions. He took me to various events and things that, we both liked. He got me interested in professional wrestling, took me to many, many matches, took me to many, many museums, was always a big advocate and history buff, an advocate of learning world history. Took me to the Natural History Museum in Washington, D.C., and other museums of the Smithsonian. And we always had good discussions about history and what was really going on in the world. So, that's my, simple and, brief memorial to my father, Anthony Passio Jr. Just want to let people know that was the reason that I took the hiatus. May he rest in peace. And, hopefully members of the family all get good closure. So very unfortunately, what people jumped the gun and began saying almost immediately upon me saying that, I wasn't going to be on the air and I wasn't feeling well. And I wasn't saying that because I was feeling physically unwell or sick or weak. I was feeling psychologically unwell because of what my father was going through and the pain that he was in, and, other surrounding factors regarding, him dying. And that was the reason that I took time off the air. Not because anything happened to me. People jump to all kinds of ridiculous conclusions. He's in danger, something happened to him, did he get in an accident? And then we had people, and I'm not even going to continue putting my dad's image up here while I talk about this other dynamic, because I said the memorial that I wanted to say regarding him, and I feel that is sufficient. And like I said, may he rest in peace. But I want to go to talking about, as part of the housekeeping announcements this week, which will take as long as they take. This is what I'm about to talk about is a perfect example of what is known as the Dunning-Kruger effect. Which is a psychological effect of basically mental bias. And I'll explain what it is, but I'll explain what happened that is a perfect illustration, an example of the Dunning-Kruger effect at work in our world. And this is what the freedom movement suffers from. Almost everybody within this movement suffers from this effect called the Dunning-Kruger effect, with very little exceptions, quite frankly. There are some people that aren't a victim of the Dunning-Kruger effect, if you want to word it like that. They don't have this psychological and cognitive bias, but the vast majority of people within the freedom movement and the so-called truth movement, laughingly called those things, they're nothing of the kind, do suffer from the Dunning-Kruger effect. And here is the example that I received. As soon as I told people I need some time off from the show, I'm going to take a brief hiatus, maybe a couple of weeks, maybe not, might be longer than that. Immediately people go in on the nonsense that somehow I'm ill from eating a vegan diet, eating a plant-based diet. I mean, could you imagine this? First of all, I'm healthier than almost the vast majority of your lard asses out there in the freedom movement who suck down tons and tons of garbage food, and you're fat as fucking slobs, and you want to talk about my health. I challenge anybody that wants to test my fucking health and strength to do so and find out what happens to you. And I don't give a shit who says, oh, that's a threat, that's potential violence. Go fuck yourself. You don't know me, you don't know a fucking thing about me, you know nothing about my fucking lifestyle, and you don't know anything about me as a human being, fuckface. That's the bottom line. Okay? And people want to talk shit that they know nothing about. You want to say, I'm talking shit, but I do know what I'm talking about. Fucking trash apes out there, because that's what you are. The vast majority of this movement are nothing but garbage monkeys. You are trash apes. And your minds are fucked up, and your psychologies are fucked up, and your souls are fucking fucked up. And you don't know how to do the work to make those things fucking right and to make them healed, and you're not trying to do those things. You're staying in your fucked up condition, and you're thinking that you're fine when you're completely fucked up. And this is what I've been trying to tell you here on What on Earth is Happening, and it's why you're never going to achieve true freedom. It's why you're dooming the earth to slavery, because you don't have your minds right and you don't have your souls right. Your minds are all fucked up. You don't know how to do basic arithmetic. You don't know how to take in information. You don't know how to sift through it. You don't know how to come to logical and reasonable conclusions about it. You jump to fucking completely unwieldy and unnecessary and stupid conclusions. You don't know how to apply the trivium. You don't know how to do the very basics of mathematics and geometry and physics, etc. You're just dumb shit apes. And you think you're okay staying like that when you're not okay. You're fucked up. And you have the Dunning-Kruger effect running rampant throughout your entire psychology. And you jump to conclusions that are wrong because you don't have enough knowledge and you think you do. You believe that you're intelligent creatures when you're some of the dumbest that have ever existed. And I'm not even talking about, folks, I'm not talking about the average moron, the average idiot, the average know-nothing person. I'm not talking about the normies. I'm talking about the people in the freedom movement. You're fucked up. Forget the fucking normies. Forget the average fucking dolt on the street. You're so fucked up, you'll never achieve freedom. When you know there's a problem, at least when it comes to human freedom, and you've brought all your garbage baggage into this so-called movement, trying to implement a so-called solution with you. You didn't leave that at the door. You didn't work through it by doing any shadow work. You did nothing. You brought all your garbage into the movement with you, and you just threw it all around the fucking room indiscriminately. That's all you guys know how to do because you're fucked up. And I've been trying to tell this to people, and because I'm trying to be honest with people and tell them where they're at in consciousness, the messenger gets attacked when I'm right. I'm correct. You're wrong. You're wrong about how you're okay. Even enough to speak on any of this stuff. You're fucked up. And you need to acknowledge how fucked up your psychology is and how fucked up your spirituality is. You're fucked up. And nobody will tell you right to your face except Mark Passio. Just about. Everybody wants to sweet talk you because they want something out of you like fucking money or fucking attention or whatever. I don't give a shit if you never listen to me again. Like I said, I'll burn this whole fucking operation to the ground. It doesn't mean a thing to me. The truth is all that matters to me, and I'm going to speak it. I'm going to continue to speak it. And even if that means I have to transition away from doing the kind of work that I'm doing and do something slightly different, that's what I'll do. I'm going to, because of everything that has happened this year, and I said at the beginning of this new format of the show back in 2019 when I started doing a video podcast instead of straight audio podcast, that maybe this was going to run about 5 years, and that's about what it did. And I don't know if What on Earth is Happening is going to continue in this form. Now, I have to do some long, hard thinking about whether there's going to be another season in 2025. I honestly do not know. I think I'll try to figure that out and let everybody know by the last episode this season whether I'm going to bother to come back next year, because it isn't that the truth isn't worth speaking. It's not really worth putting it out there for human beings at this point in human history and how bad things have become and how ignorant the population, even within the freedom movement, is. You guys are trash. You are trash. Almost all of you. Almost everyone. It's not a matter of who is a piece of fucking trash in this movement. It's like, who isn't? And it's like a handful, a tiny handful of people are garbage and are really doing something to truly try to change the world for the better. It's a tiny pissant handful. So, as an example of the kind of people that I deal with all day, almost every day, and what I am going to tell you that I really am is I'm not a targeted individual. I'm a harassed individual. I am harassed almost continuously because I speak the truth. I'm harassed almost all day, every day by two people. Two groups of people are my harassers and tormentors, and people say, oh, just ignore people like that, just don't let them get to you. You're obviously not a fucking public person, because you don't understand that it's omnipresent and it follows you everywhere like a stalker. I have stalkers. I have harassers and stalkers. They're all digital, because not a one would dare come up to my face, because they know what would fucking happen to them. And believe me, I won't show you that I'm just a better fighter than you. I won't show them. It won't be a contest. It'll be a vicious, vicious, vicious beating. It will be a vicious attack. It will not be, I'm going to prove to you that I'm somehow better than you in some contest of MMA or boxing or whatever. You'll just get hurt. And people want to say, that's a violation of natural law. Wrong. It's self-defense, motherfucker. Because I'm stalked and harassed. And I've made it clear to people, I don't want your opinion. I don't want your harassment. I don't want your fucking religion. I'm not in your fucking cult. Fuckface. I'm not in your cult. You're in a fucking cult. I'm not in your cult. Get that straight, moron! And when somebody who says to a cult member, I'm not in your cult, leave me the fuck alone, and you don't want to leave them alone, you're going to find out that you fucked with the wrong one, boy! And you're lucky you're not in my physical presence. You're lucky. Because you wouldn't breathe another 30 seconds. And you want to think I'm playing games? Come and find out look in my eyes and see how ready to die I am. Look in these eyes, boy. And you'll find out if you're ever in my fucking presence what'll happen to you. I'm not going to be harassed. I'm not taking that as a fucking man. You'll find the fuck out what'll happen to your head. If you're in my presence and you want to come and fuck around, find out, motherfucker! The whole show will be me screaming that. You think this is some game or joke, and you'll find out how deadly it is, motherfucker! You're a pissant little... All of you are pissant little fucking cowardly shits. Because you wouldn't dare do it to my face because you get fucking murdered. That's what would happen to you, motherfucker. You want to fuck around with somebody. You're fucking with the wrong one, boy. You'll find the fuck out. The first motherfucker who comes up to me in person trying shit like that will find the fuck out how much I'm fucking around. You'll find the fuck out, boy. You think you're playing with some little fucking pissant fucking boy. You're playing with a very fucking dangerous motherfucker. That ain't afraid. I ain't afraid of dying. I sure as fuck ain't afraid of the police. Think I'm fucking afraid. I ain't afraid of you, you little shits. And I'm not afraid of the fucking pigs, and I ain't afraid of the grave. And you'll find the fuck out. See how much I'm playing. I'm saying this right on the fucking air. See what I'll do to you in person. I'm saying this to 10,000 of fucking people live on the air. People are going to find out you pushed the wrong one, motherfucker. You pushed the wrong one. So we'll explain what people are doing and who I'm harassed by. And before I go into other announcements, then I'll get back into the material. And if it takes the whole fucking season to go through it, that's what it takes. Quite frankly, I really don't even want to do call-in shows. I don't care. I don't care about what anybody has to say at this point, quite frankly. Because it's just all a one big continuing brutal disappointment for me. Because I've been doing this for 17 years with zero effect, without anybody who's a major influencer doing any part of exposure of all the things that I've talked about. No, you want to gargle with the sewage of politics and money. That's all anybody wants to do. That's all anybody's interested in doing is gargling with fucking poison. You ain't talking about anything about morality. You're not talking about anything regarding psychology. You're not talking about anything regarding the occult. You're not talking anything regarding real philosophy. And people want to say, oh, you're not talking about that stuff in the later episodes, Mark. No shit, you don't fucking deserve it because you haven't been fucking listening. And all you're doing is you're clinging on to your dumb fucking cults. Your cults of flat earth and your cults of carnism. That's it. There's two big fucking cults in the fucking freedom movement. The flat earth movement and the fucking meat eaters. That's all it is. That's all this whole movement is. And all you want to do is attack people that aren't in your fucking bullshit CIA cult. We're not in your fucking meat industry propaganda cult, and we're not in your CIA fucking invented religion cult. And you want to talk shit on people who have transcended your fucking dumb cults. You're in a fucking cult. And guess what? With the one, I don't even care. People eat meat in my presence all the time. I don't harass them. I'm not a militant vegan. I'm not a militant plant-based eater. I do what I do for my moral reasons. I don't jump down people's throats regarding that. Why are people bringing their bullshit carnist religion to me? Keep your fucking opinions to yourself. I don't want to hear what you think about food and diet. You're wrong. It is all about morality. Do you own the body of another being? If you don't, then you shouldn't be fucking destroying it because it's not your property. If you say that you do, you're fucking wrong. Shut the fuck up and stay away from me. As you go and say whatever the fuck you want, do it away from me. I've told you, I don't want to be proselytized with religion. I don't want to be proselytized religion. Keep your cult beliefs to yourself. Stay the fuck away from me with them or you're going to get hurt. The same goes for the flat earth community. And I'm telling you, you better think very fucking seriously about your life. Because there are people out there that'll just let you harass them. And I'm telling you, you better worry about going in the ground, motherfucker. And I'll put you there. I'll put you there. And you think I won't? And find out how much I'm fucking around. I'll put you in the ground. Leave me alone. Don't harass me. Stay the fuck away from me. Or I'll put you in the ground. What people have been doing is harassing me online because they're pussy bitch cowards that would never fucking approach me in person. Because you're a little pussy. And they say, Mark, you're off the air and you're sick because of your vegan diet, because you eat plants only, and because you need meat in your diet. You're a moron. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I told you, I'll show you how strong I am. I'll break all your fucking teeth out. I'll break your fucking jaw and it'll swing like on a hinge. And you'll find out how fucking strong I am. You fucking trash shit. You piece of trash. You'll find the fuck out how fucking strong I am when I knock your fucking jaw the fuck loose. No, it wasn't because I was physically ill. I was psychologically distraught because my fucking father was dying. You fucking losers. But that's just the kind of people you are. You're people whose skank fucking mother shat them out of her cunt. Never taught them a fucking thing. And you're a dumb bitch. You're a dumb fucking skank bitch. You don't even have enough data to know what's going on, and you want to talk out your fucking trash spewing fuckhole of a mouth. Because you're fucking scumbag losers who are as dumb as 10 pounds of liquid dog shit in a white gym sock on a hot summer day. That's pretty fucking dumb, and that's pretty funny, too. Yeah, you're as dumb as 10 pounds of liquid dog shit in a white gym sock on a hot summer day, carrying it down the street. That's pretty fucking dumb, and you know what? It's a contest between what's dumber, you or that. And I think I'd have to go with the fucking gym sock full of dog shit. All right? You know, I think it's got you edged out in IQ a little bit. And this is what you guys are. All you dumb fucks that I just talked about. Who, I'm telling you, you're going to end up in the grave. I'll put these motherfuckers in the ground. If you come around me and continue to harass me digitally and fucking in person, you better leave me the fuck alone. You'll find out. I'll calm down and say it nice and calm. You will find out just how much you picked the wrong one to fuck with. You better go fuck with some dumb little fucking cuck leftist in some fucking spandex fucking pink bicycle shorts, because I'm telling you, you fucked with the wrong one, you fucking trash ape. You fucked with the wrong one. And just see if I'm playing. You'll find out who's fucking playing and who's dead. I don't know, other content creators, you guys want to take bullshit. You guys want to take it in the ass. You guys want to just let these motherfuckers go unscathed. I ain't playing that game. And you'll find out how much I ain't playing it. This isn't a game. This isn't a joke. This is life and death fucking serious. And the people who haven't figured it out and think they want to fuck around with a real motherfucking gangster, I will show you what a fucking legion of demons lives inside of me. That I have under lock and key by my own willpower. And you want to fucking tap on that fucking cage all day, and you want to find out, will it open for you, and will the demons get unleashed? You'll find the fuck out. You'll find out. Keep fucking around. Keep playing. Keep fucking around. You think I really care about this fucking life? You think I care about being here any longer? I did everything I need to do. I did everything that was charged of me to do. I don't need to be here. You want to roll those fucking dice and bet on them not coming up fucking snake eyes. You bet. And you'll see the fucking snake. You'll see the serpent. You'll see the demon. You'll meet him, and then I'll send you to his big brother. You'll meet his big brother, and I'll send you to his little one, is more like it. All these people have the Dunning-Kruger effect. They literally jump to completely unreasonable conclusions based on zero information. You're so dumb, you don't even have the information that you need to extrapolate a reasonable conclusion. That's how dumb you are. You're so dumb, you don't know how low information you are. That's how dumb you are. A reasonably dumb person realizes, you know what, I don't really have a lot of information. I really can't really speak on that because I don't know. I'm not knowledgeable. That's what a reasonably non-knowledgeable person says. I can't give you any information or speak to that because I don't have enough information. They know how little they know. The people in the freedom movement aren't even that. They're far worse than that. They have the Dunning-Kruger effect. They believe they have enough information to extrapolate a logical conclusion, and they don't. That's what the Dunning-Kruger effect is. A type of cognitive bias whereby people with little expertise or ability or knowledge assume they have superior expertise, ability, and knowledge. This overestimation occurs as a result of the fact that they don't have enough knowledge to know that they don't have enough knowledge. They're so dumb, they don't even know how little knowledge that they have. That's how dumb they are. And this perfectly describes the entirety of the freedom, so-called, laughingly called freedom movement, the freedom community. You guys are a joke. You're a joke. You're fucking losers, and you're a joke, and your CIA overlords are laughing their asses off at you. The fucking people, the old farts at fucking Tavistock, they're laughing their asses off at you. The fucking members of the Club of Rome are laughing their asses off at you. The fucking high up dark occultists inside all the world religions, especially the Vatican, are laughing their fucking asses off at you. Because they know how dumb you are, and they know how much you're inside the Dunning-Kruger effect psychologically. You actually believe you have enough knowledge to defeat all your fucking slave masters, and you don't have one iota of the knowledge that is required to create true freedom. Not one iota. You're a sack of fucking ignorance. You're a sack of fucking lazy, cowardly ignorance. That's all you are. Just nothing. You're nothing but ignorance, laziness, ineptness, cowardice, just shit. You're shit. In every aspect, you're shit. This whole movement is shit, which is why I really shouldn't waste my time on it. I'm really in the last few shows here probably just going to unleash more and more and tell you how much of miserable fucking abject failures you all are. Because you need to hear it. Because unless someone tells you you're abject, miserable, fucking ignorant failures and your little fucking children, you haven't even grown up into psychological adulthood. You're children who know nothing. You know nothing about what's going on. You know nothing about the causal factors. You know nothing about the real solutions. You're just trash. This is what all of the people who have really truly understood my work should have been telling these people all along and encouraging them to do shadow work to actually self-improve and gain knowledge. But no, you haven't done any of that. You've sat on your lazy asses and you haven't fucking confrontationally challenged these people. You've just let them to continue to believe whatever they're currently believing and continue to be just as dumb as they've always been. The imbeciles out there in this movement don't even understand the mechanics of an eclipse. You don't even understand what just happened with the massive solar flares and CMEs that were Earth-directed that almost constituted a Carrington event. We have morons out there saying humanity did this somehow. You don't even understand the orders of magnitude of energy required. You have no sense of scale. You're dumb. You're just dumb. You're just dumb. You should have paid attention better when the whole scale of things were being explained, when energy was being explained, when the amounts of things required to do things is being explained, because you know none of it. You have no idea of dynamics. You have no idea of physics. You have no idea of motion. You have no idea of geometry. You're just fucking unbearably dumb people. You're unbearably dumb. It's painful for others who are intelligent to even hear what you spew. Because you're just dumb shits. And there's no other way to tell you. You should have paid attention to mathematics and physics and geometry and tried to make a better effort to understand these things. You should have tried to really understand how computers work. You're just lazy bags of shit. That's why you're enslaved, because you don't know anything. You're enslaved because you're so stupid. And you'll attack the fucking messenger, and people will say, how dare you, Mark, how dare you say those mean things to people? I mean, I think I got the voice perfect right there. You know? You're being mean to people. Dumb people who continue to stay dumb don't deserve niceness, ladies and gentlemen. That's the only real divide in humanity, is dumb versus truly holistically intelligent. Because the dumb people will either embody this Dunning-Kruger effect and or continue to be statists, people who believe in authority, and the real intelligent people will not be fucking hoodwinked by every fucking falsity that comes down the fucking pike that the CIA throws out there, or the fucking Tavistock throws out there for people to latch onto to make them look like idiots, which isn't hard to do. They'll finally, you know, the real intelligent will expose that and tell the dumb people how dumb they are. That's what should happen. It is not about just be silent or be nice to all the people who buy into all the bullshit. You buy into all your religious bullshit. Your flat earthers, your carnists, your fucking statists, your fucking people who believe everything is a fucking conspiracy, you know? I mean, first of all, I want to separate myself. Nobody since day one of my work should ever be referring to me as a conspiracy theorist. Fuck that term. Don't apply it to me. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a fucking whistleblower. I'm a whistleblower. I was involved in real life in the world of the occult. And I'm trying to explain to people how it works to enslave them. I'm a whistleblower. I'm not theorizing about anything. I'm teaching real, genuine knowledge that is hard-won from personal life experience. I'm a whistleblower, not a conspiracy theorist. Fuck your term. Shove it up your fucking ass. Don't call me that. I'm not theorizing about anything. And yes, conspiracies do exist. It's powerful people coming together to strategize. If you don't think that's happening, you're a dumb, fucking ignorant child. And you want to put those terms together like I'm theorizing about powerful people coming together to fucking get an agenda accomplished amongst themselves. Yeah, that's theorizing. And I'm not theorizing about what I was involved in. I lived it. Don't tell me my life is a theorization. It isn't. It's direct fucking life experience from a fucking man that almost all you fucking baby-fied fucking children will never have 1 millisecond of. Because first of all, you're all inept fucking people with no life experience. You can't fucking lick a fucking stamp right and stick it on an envelope. That's how fucking life skillless you are. You're inept, life skillless babies. Almost everybody in this movement. With very few exceptions. And then people want to get mad at me for saying it's like that because your dumb fucking skank mothers shat you out. Your dumb fucking deadbeat fucking skank fathers shat you out. And they taught you nothing in life. They taught you zero in life. And we wonder, I don't know, why are we enslaved? I can't figure it out. Maybe because my stank parents shat me out and never told me a fucking thing? I don't know. Let me use my slide rule and my abacus and I'll get back to you on that one. You people make me sick. You make me sick. And I really have to just leave it alone because you're just not worth it. That's all it is. It's just like when you just realize, you know what? You're not worth another fucking millisecond of my time, and then you shut the fuck up and you're dead to me. That's where this is headed. That's where this is headed because there's been zero progress in 17 years, and you're too fucking stupid to be taught. You're too egotistical. You're too satanic. Your mindset is Satanism. You can't hear wisdom being spoken to you. You want to challenge everything as if somehow you have more experience and knowledge and skills, and you don't. You don't have more ability. You don't have more experience. You don't have more skills. You don't have more knowledge. You don't have more understanding. You don't have more wisdom. You're deficient in everything, and you think you're okay because some fucking retard told you you're okay just the way you are. That's the encouragement that Team Humanity has gotten their whole miserable fucking shit-filled gym sock life. Okay? That's what you guys are. You're a shit-filled, dirty, sweaty gym sock. That's what you guys are. And I don't know, I have to come up with these colorful, flowery, analogies to even explain it, because I don't even have the words to describe how fucking miserable most of the people in this movement are. What miserable scumbags you guys are. It's pathetic. I don't want to be around any of you, because you're that pathetic, and you embody the Dunning-Kruger effect. Imagine cunt rags out there telling me, you're off the air because you eat plants. This is what you sound like. You're drooling out of the side of your mouth, and that's what you sound like. You're not on the air because you eat plants. That's exactly what you fucking sound like, you fucking mud creatures. And you guys are so degraded. You're so degraded as beings that you don't even know enough to be embarrassed for yourself. When the person you just said, you're off the air because you're sick, because you haven't eaten meat, and you only eat plants for moral reasons because I understand what my own property is and what it is not, and my property is not the body of another creature. And then you want to say plants are the same as animals, and that's the most moronic argument that could ever exist, because plants aren't sentient beings capable of their own movement independent from the earth. They are a part of the fucking earth and have to grow from it. You don't even understand that level of spirituality and spiritual truth. And then in the next breath, you want to say, I'm sick from just eating plants. And like I said, come and test your theory out. Come to my fucking door, test your theory out, and I'll show you how sick I am and how weak I am from eating plants. You'll find the fuck out. And people want to say, Mark, you're going to bring this down on yourself. I'm telling you, I don't care. I will go ego to ego with these ignoramuses. I'm not going to be Jesus sitting there letting the fucking Romans crucify him. You are out of your fucking mind if you think I'm that one, boy. You'll find out. You'll find out from the front end of a fucking shotgun. That's where you'll find out from. When 00 Buck is hitting your fucking face, you fucking trash ape. So this is what people did. Harass me online, very luckily for their own lives, not in person, telling me I'm ill, not because I'm psychologically distressed because my father is actively ready to die, but because I don't eat meat. Yeah. You're such degenerate trash from degenerate trash parents that you won't even be humbled enough to say, oh my God, look at how wrong I was. And he was off the air because of his father being in a state of actively dying. No, you'll triple and quadruple down in your low-life satanic mindset. and say, look at how angry he is that the people said that about him, and he's trying to say this about them and call them these names. That's how much you're degenerate trash. And all the people that would agree with that, somehow that I don't have the right, being harassed endlessly when I've told them to stop talking to me, stop proselytizing your cult religion. I'm not in your satanic cult. You're in the satanic cult. I'm out of it. I left it a long time ago and straightened my fucking psyche out and straightened my fucking soul out. You're still in the cult and you're still fucked up. I don't want to hear your satanic cult garbage of flat earth and carnism and statism. Keep your big unholy trinity the fuck away from me, or I'm going to hurt you. You think you're going to fuck around and there's going to be like some fucking bullshit Christian forgiveness and I'm going to go, oh, I'm going to turn the other cheek. I've been turning the other cheek with this information for 17 years. That's turning the other cheek. You think you're going to fuck around and you're fucking around with some little fucking punk boy like yourself and you're going to find out how much you're fucking around with a fucking killer. You think I'm playing fucking games? I'll challenge you. You think I'm fucking playing games? Find the fuck out, cause I'm ready to go. I'm ready to leave, and we'll leave together. You want to think it's worth it? You'll be fucking self-suiciding yourself by fucking around with the wrong one. That's what'll happen. Find the fuck out is my fucking last word to you. Find the fuck out. So on the exact opposite note of let's inject a little bit of light humor. I've been doing Jay Parker's show for several weeks. We've been doing like a kind of a seasonal mini series I've been doing on his show, The Center Path, on Thursday evenings. And, on the show, I kind of did like a little promo for my band Mercy Comet. And no, I'm not in a real band called Mercy Comet. It's a gag. It's a joke. It's a fictional thing that we invented because it sounded like a cool name for a band about, people praying for a comet to fucking come and crash into the fucking earth and end this bullshit called humanity. The only reason that would be non-merciful is because it would kill all the wonderful animal life on the planet, which does deserve to continue, but humanity definitely does not, based on where we're at. So Mercy Comet is my fictional band, that is about, praying for a big comet to come and just hit this fucking planet and end the mud ape species called humanity. And, I fantasized about the Mercy Comet band playing with Douglas Adams, who wrote the Hitchhikers to the Galaxy series of books. He had a fictional band in those book series called Disaster Area. And, this is a poster that the artist Steve Mealy came up with for our galactic tour called It's Only the End of the World Again, which was one of Disaster Area's songs, Only the End of the World Again. Featuring Disaster Area and Mercy Comet, one night only on Judgment Day at the Space Lot of Millie Ways, the restaurant at the end of the universe, which was the title of Adams' second book in the 5-part series of Hitchhiker's Guide. Don't panic, just be there. There it is. Passio Desiato. It's Only the End of the World Again Galactic Tour featuring Disaster Area and Mercy Comet. Thank you, Steve, for having some fun with me with that during a very tough time, injecting a little bit of humor, and I really appreciate you putting your very considerable graphic talents to work for a little bit of light humor there. It's even hard for me to really find things humorous and get in any kind of a humorous attitude or mood these days because of what's going on. But I try to still be at least able to laugh somewhat, and so there's a little comic promo for people who understand Douglas Adams' wit and humor. He's just really one of my favorites. I consider him one of the best, science fiction, comedy, social commentary authors of the whole 20th century. And for people who don't know him, I think if you got to know his work, you'd probably really enjoy it. But anyway, that's the promo poster for the big gig coming up any day now with Disaster Area and Mercy Comet, because that's coming up any day, folks. You could bet on that. More housekeeping, and then we'll move into the slides. The show's on a 3-hour format this season, which is, I'm going to say there's probably a 75% chance this is the last season of What on Earth is Happening. I think I'm going to transition. Might as well just talk about it a little and throw it out there, regardless of what happens. If I do decide to come back next year, I will. But I've been kicking around some ideas of just doing one major presentation every year instead of a whole bunch of small ones. Not doing any small presentations. I'll probably cut off doing all interviews. No more interviews. No presentations, no interviews unless it's a massive social media influencer. I mean massive, like millions of viewers, or I don't do it. I've talked to enough people and gotten my message out in an infinite variety of ways. There's more information now that could last lifetimes for people to understand what's really going on. They're just lazy fucks who don't want to understand it. That's all it comes down to, is people are trash. They're not inherently trash forever. They've been worked into the condition of being low-life, lazy, loser trash. And they're never going to understand my work, not in the condition that they're in. Probably a comet will have to hit the planet, obliterate 99% or more of the population. We will need to rebuild from the ashes of civilization. And then maybe people will be ready to hear something different. Almost certainly not even then. It'll just happen all over again. Slavery will happen again. People won't listen to wisdom again. And it'll go on endlessly, because that's what this is. This is hell. This planet has become a cyclical pattern of hell. If you really, really pay attention to what is going on, it's an endless cycle of destruction and ignorance. Ignorance leading to destruction, then leading to more ignorance and destruction again, and ad infinitum in that perpetual cycle, because we simply won't wise up, use an act of our will to pull ourselves up from the fucking bootstraps and actually learn real knowledge and then put it into effect, thus converting it into true wisdom. Humanity will not do it because they hate themselves, because they don't have enough self-respect because of what happened to us in the ancient past, traumatizing us, and we choose to stay in the abuse victim traumatization cycle instead of breaking it through deep shadow work and psychological and spiritual healing. We won't do those things because we're lazy and we hate ourselves. It's the only reason. And I even realize all the people out there who buy into all these cults, you're just lazy people who hate yourself. That's all you are. That's all you'll ever be. You're just trash who hate yourself. But guess what? You think you're going to fuck around with me and get away with it. Boy, you're going to find the motherfuck out who you're fucking with, son and girl. Whoever, I don't care if male, female, in between, whatever you identify as, you'll find out you fucked with the wrong one, motherfucker. You think you're fucking with some flowery little fucking shit flower child. You're going to find out you're fucking with a real fucking gangster killer. Play the fuck around and you're going to find the fuck out what's going to happen to your fucking head and brain. Play the fuck around. I'm serious. You want to roll the fucking dice? Roll those fucking dice. DePassio fucking cares about living another fucking 10 seconds, motherfucker. You roll those fucking dice and find the fuck out. Because I'm not going to say anymore. So we're wrapping up this season with the Unholy Feminine presentation. I'm probably just going to do the presentation until the end. Probably not going to do the call-in shows that I promised, because honestly, I don't want to. Honestly, I think my voice is more valuable than other people's. Quite frankly, I don't care who it offends. If you're one of the callers, I don't care. In all honesty, it's better for me to fucking speak for 3 hours and not have anybody on. No guests, no interviews, no calls. My voice is paramount in these times, and I should just say whatever the fuck I want to say, teach whatever material I want to teach. If you don't like it, shut it the fuck off. That's it. Nobody's coercing you to watch another fucking second. So that's the schedule until the end of this year, and then most likely I think I'm going to transition to doing one major presentation a year, online only, not in a place where I have to set up the whole fucking place and ask for volunteers and sell tickets. It'll be online on Telegram, just like How to Become the True Media is. And after that, I think I'm just kicking around ideas. I might offer private one-to-one tutoring sessions for potential students who want to be privately mentored. And I'll do private mentoring sessions. And that'll be it. That'll be how I ride into the sunset. And I'm not going to do public work in the form that I have been. It'll be one major presentation online per year. No more interviews, no more shows, and it will be private tutoring only. And this way, we separate the wheat from the chaff, and the people who really want to learn will have to really devote their time and resources to it. And that'll be it. Because putting work out for free only attracts trash, and they don't deserve what I have to say or teach, quite frankly. That's what the vast bulk of this laughingly so-called movement is. It's not a movement. It hasn't gone anywhere. There is no movement. There is no truth movement. There is no freedom movement. There's a bunch of lazy sacks of shit who are deceived by the CIA, the Club of Rome, and Tavistock Institute, and the world religions. That's all that's out there. That's it. And you're just fucking dumb, son. You're just dumb. We're simulcasting on 10 platforms. What on Earth is Happening? One Great Work Network, Telegram, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, X, Rumble, Odyssey, and DLive. Available now at gifts.whatonearthishappening.com. My 5 most recent presentations that are still not released to the public, they're available exclusively at Gifts. Government is Slavery, Real 7 Deadly Sins, Technology's Critical Role in the War for Freedom, Why We're Losing, and the big one that I delivered in October of 2023, Two Masks, Same Face, The Dark Occult Origins of Nazism and Communism. I will be releasing all of these 5 presentations on the summer solstice, June 21st, 2024. As long as I can get them all uploaded on that day, I will be releasing all of these for free out online to the public on June 21st of this year. Look for that in less than a month now. And quite frankly, I just have to say, just like all the rest of my work, it will be meaningless. There will be nothing that will be garnered. There will be nothing that will be really learned. Humanity will not apply it as wisdom. They will not incorporate it as knowledge and then apply it as wisdom. They don't have the willpower. They don't have the intelligence. They don't have the care to do it. I'm not saying that those things are impossible. I'm making a prediction that will not be shown and done, just like it hasn't been for the last 17 years. Why should I extrapolate that suddenly that will change? Oh, the only people that do that are people who are hopelessly addicted to the drug hopium. And what we have to realize is we already lost. We've already lost. If you want to try to prove me wrong, go ahead and try to morally educate the populace and see what luck you have in that. Maybe you could do better than me. I encourage people to do the great work, but my personal contribution to the great work must shift at this time. I can't continue to do it the way that I'm doing it now because there's no assistance. There's too little assistance. There's too little assistance in my physical presence. There's too little assistance out in the wider community. There's too little assistance with people putting this work before others. I've asked people, get me the attention of major influencers. Not a fucking soul interested. Not a fucking soul interested. And the people who do show a little bit of interest, they hear what I have to say, and it's just like, oh, well, there's just another guy with some opinions. No, that's not who Mark Passio is. I've been correct about all the dynamics that actually govern human freedom, and I've brought it to light more than any person in the modern human history. And you can say whatever you want about that statement. I don't give a fuck if you believe that's ego speaking. I'm correct. Find me one person, one human being before I did it that encapsulated the dynamic of freedom as perfectly as I have encapsulated it through the law of freedom, which is as morality increases, freedom increases, and as morality declines, freedom declines. You won't be able to do it because no one did it. There is no one who encapsulated it like that and distilled it down to its essence. I did that in the modern world, and I think it's very wonderful that there are many great teachers of natural law now who have followed in those footsteps, and they're doing very awesome work, many of them. But I'm sorry, no one is going to tell me other teachers brought to light natural law and objective morality and the absolute critical interconnection between those dynamics and the human experience of either freedom or slavery, as Mark Passio has. Because it's simply true. It's not because I'm touting, my own work and tooting my own horn and trying to put my ego up on a pedestal. I'm saying what's true. Just like I'm not going on an unnecessary rant about how degraded the human consciousness is. I'm saying what's true and all around us. And it's not about just dwelling on those people. This is what people have to understand. I'm not dwelling on them. I'm explaining out to the people who are really listening in my audience, all 4 or 5 of them, what we're dealing with in the world today. And why the dynamic hasn't changed because of where they're at in consciousness and how the Dunning-Kruger effect is so prevalent and how stupid these people are because they don't really study and listen and research and they don't really have the knowledge and the skills necessary to really decode what's going on. They believe they do. It's lip service to the whole cause of freedom. It's all lip service. But if you don't have the knowledge, it doesn't matter. The other thing I hear all the time, you just need to be nice to people. You just need to be nice to people. I mean, you can't shove some more mud in your mouth while you say these things. Because it's like maybe that'll clarify your words instead of making you look like more of a fucking Down syndrome retard. Love is not the only thing humanity needs, and you're not even talking about the right kind of love. You want to believe that philos love is the end of all enlightenment. And I'm sorry, but you're fucking wrong. This is not about being nice. It's about having true knowledge and converting it into true wisdom through right action because you care enough, because you have true care. You don't understand that dynamic if you're a fucktard saying, all you need is love. No, agape love is what you need, and agape love drives you to have true knowledge and then convert it into true wisdom through right action. Once you understand objective morality and natural law. We don't have a population doing that. We don't even have a population that can define a right. You fucking losers still can't define a right after 17 years of me giving you the definition. Been giving you the definition of what a right is for 17 years. There still ain't a fucking moron on the street that can answer the question right. Still not a moron at a fucking conference or at a fucking convention. You can ask a million people. Like I said, I challenge people at the current Libertarian National Convention for those who still believe in politics and bullshit like that. Our savior and messiah Trump is at the Libertarian National Convention. Why don't you go around and ask people to define a right and then wonder why they can't keep them? Because you can't give the right definition of a human fucking right. And then in the next breath, gee, let me get my arm all the way up into my nostril, and then I'll say, I don't understand why our freedom's being lost. Could it have something to do with I'm so dumb that I can't define a human right? I don't know. Once again, where's the abacus? Can you hand me the abacus? Bring it over. This just needs to be the Sunday ritual mockery hour. I mean, that's it. That's what this has turned into, and that's all anybody deserves. This is the retard mockery hour of people in the freedom movement. Because, I got a new song. They're singing their song to me, All You Need Is Love. I'm singing my song to them. Here's the new song of Team Humanity. Here's Team Humanity, ladies and gentlemen. This is who we're dealing with. And, this is like the freedom movement. They're just a subset of Team Humanity. It's the earth is flat and you gotta eat your cows and, all you need is love. But here's their real song, folks, and this is the new theme song. I may occasionally still play Never Gonna Get It, right? Because they're never going to get it. They're never going to get freedom. They're never going to get knowledge. They're never going to understand the dynamic that generates freedom. Their heads are mush. Their brains are mush. They're drooling slob fucking retards. They're eating trash all day long, every day. They're believing that healthy food is trash and garbage and trash is healthy food. And they don't want to understand any of the moral implications. They want to believe they own things that they don't own. They want to believe all kinds of nonsense about the natural world. And they don't know any aspect of how real science is fucking understood or done. They know nothing about the trivium process. They know nothing about the quantification sciences of the trivium process. They're just drooling fucking retards. And this is this whole movement. You're just low IQ fucking dolt trash. And while Never Gonna Get It does define, the essence of your entire life and lifestyle, I have a new song for Team Humanity. And it goes to the tune of the Ramones on the Halfway to Sanity album, Go Lil Camaro Go. It was, I always loved that whole album, first of all. I think that was the heyday of the Ramones. I know a lot of older albums people really love. I love their more straight punk feel albums like Too Tough to Die and Halfway to Sanity, and that time period in their Animal Boy. Those were that was the time when I really fell in love with the Ramones music. And of course, they were a big inspiration for my band, The Founders, my real band, The Founders, which is kind of now defunct and has been for a few years. But this is the new song of Team Humanity. I'm debuting it here, and I'm just gonna see if I could do my best to sound out this little ditty. But here it is, Team Humanity's new theme song. Go Team Humanity, go! Oh, 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 oh. Go Team Humanity, go! Oh, 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 oh. You like that one? There it is. That's Team Humanity's new theme song. Go Team Humanity, go. You guys are doing such a fucking great job, man. Great fucking job. So, anyway, I was espousing the virtues of my work and how much just absolute transformation in the human consciousness it's done. Because we're working with such transformable beings that are absolute prima materia. You guys are just the best of first material. I mean, we're working with some really good stuff capable of alchemical transformation, aren't we? So, two masks isn't going to be understood. It's going to be like talking to fucking, I might as well present it to a bunch of fucking ants crawling around in my backyard. Literally. I might do better. Maybe that's how I need to transition. I need to start, building big ant colonies, and I'll put a little mic in front of it, in front of the tank there with all the ants, and I'll deliver my presentations to the ants. And I'll have a lot more success than this fucking mud race. A lot more success. So yeah, they'll be out on June 21st. So fucking what? The How to Become the True Media seminar coming at us this July. Enrollments have dried up pretty much. Again, I might not even be able to do that other work if I can't even pay my mortgage. And I'm not saying that to have any kind of a fucking pity party, but it really shows you how much people have really just they're finished with what I'm saying because I'm telling the truth about who they are. They're lazy, cowardly, inept fucking people. And in all honesty, these are the people that actually need something like this. They need a life skill. They need mentoring. And like I said, I'll mentor people in whatever they want privately starting in 2025. More likely than not, that's what I'm going to start doing. This way I'm working with people who I know are serious, who I know are willing to contribute resources. They'll put their money where their mouth is, and they're going to really want to get something out of it instead of just listen and complain, instead of just pretend to listen and complain, and I think that's where most of my work's going to start heading. But for now, I am still teaching How to Become the True Media seminar, the second half of the year from July through December. The 2024 seminar is coming at us. Enrollment is still open. It opened on Monday, April 1st. It will close on Enrollment will close on July 4th for this year's seminar. The seminar will begin July 8th, and it will go through December 9th this year. A total of 23 class sessions. For people who want to enroll, I want to show you where you would go. And the classes take place every Monday evening, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the Telegram platform, should you decide to join the How to Become the True Media 2024 Tech Seminar. I'm going to step out and go into my web browser briefly because I want to show you the places where you can click in to enroll into the seminar. And again, if the seminar's enrollment stays low, I may have to completely transition everything to something different and may not even be able to stay where I'm at. So that's really where it stands right now is we started out like a bat out of hell and then enrollments completely trailed off. So again, if people want to see what on earth is happening go away, don't enroll. If you want to see it continue, learn these skill sets, but it's going to transition into something different no matter what happens, more likely than not, because quite frankly, it's an abject failure. I'm not too macho and fucking hard-headed or tough to not say that. And it's not because of me or my efforts. My efforts are colossal and practically preternatural. They're superhuman, quite frankly, compared to what a human being is in today's day and time. And it is not because of me. And if you think so, fuck you. It's because I'm working with horrifically poor students. You guys can't get the message. You can't get up out off your lazy loser asses. You're hard-headed. You're stubborn. You're dumb. You buy into psyops of all kinds at all places because you're willing to believe anything because you're just fucking bullshit religious followers that I told you I didn't want from day one. I wanted strong, sharp-witted, intelligent, driven people with high willpower and drive to change and to learn and to develop skill sets and to communicate. And this movement is none of those things. You're trash. Almost all of you, with few exceptions. You're lazy garbage. And I'll continue to say it because it's true. I'm not saying falsities. I'm not lying. I'm saying what's true. No, it's not my opinion. Yes, it's objectively true. You could call it ad hominem attacks. Yes, it's that too, because I'm directly attacking the person, but I'm doing it through objective knowledge and objective information about the low nature of your intelligence, your willpower, your care, your drive, all of it. You're just lazy garbage that wants to sit down and wish for things to get better instead of getting up off your lazy fucking loser asses and actually doing something to make change happen. You don't even know how to do that because you're just dumb. And you don't have to stay dumb. You choose to stay dumb. You have all of the opportunity and ability to transform that inside of yourselves and not be a lazy, uncaring, dumb fucking dolt. And you hate yourselves so badly that you stay in that condition. You just live there because you fucking hate yourself. And I've been trying to explain to you, you need to improve your self-respect level. You need to get the information that you really require to be a knowledgeable, intelligent creature and to not stay dumb. And you need to develop the drive that you need to do the things that are required to be free. You don't just wish for them and say, I'm going to wish for things to improve and just try to be nice to everybody around me. Everybody could turn into a nice fucking person overnight, and there would still be slavery if there's not enough knowledge to understand that authority is immoral. We could be real nice with all the cops ushering us into a fucking big jail cell and fucking permanent fucking enslavement pen, and everybody could be going in with a big shit-eating fucking smile on their face saying, thank you for escorting us, officer. This is how dumb fucking people are, that you believe niceness instead of knowledge is the answer. And just knowledge isn't even the fucking answer, because it's got to be converted into right action. That's what wisdom is. You can't get to wisdom unless you have the knowledge and understanding. And you don't have any of it. You people don't have any of it. Because you're poor listeners. You're poor students. You don't understand present moment awareness. You haven't learned the skill of meditating to empty the mind so that you can receive knowledge from the voice of wisdom. You don't know how to do that because all you have is fucking quack chatter in the brain all day long. Quack, 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 quack. What am I thinking about now? Quack, 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 quack. Oh, I got to think about this thing over here. Oh, I left this task unfinished. Blah, 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 blah. I got that to do. Oh, I got to do this. All you do is fucking duck quack. The mind is just constantly duck quacking away. And that's why you're poor students. You're incapable of fucking being quiet. Shut the fuck up and listen. Quiet the fucking chatter of the mind. Learn how to do that. And then all the fucking knowledge you need will pour into you as a vessel. It can't get in because there's no fucking space. It's all filled up with loser duck quack. I'm not smart enough. Quack, 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 quack. I don't have enough money. Quack, quack, quack. I got a new job. Quack, 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 quack. I got this. Quack, 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 quack. That's all you guys know how to fucking do. You never silence the mind and learn. You're poor learners. It's not a problem with the teacher. It's a problem with you being poor learners. And then the ego chimes in and goes, it must be a problem with all the people that have been trying to teach me, and I just learn differently. No, you're just a fucking retarded, poor fucking learner. That's all it is. Get the fuck over it. You're just fucking dumb because you don't know how to fucking silence the mind of its fucking duck quack. Learn how to do that and you'll learn something, loser children. People don't even still understand how to enroll in the course. You can't even get in. I'll show you how to enroll. You don't send me anything off the bat. You look and then you do. You observe, then you do. Here's how easy it is, folks. It's not hard. You make it hard because you're poor learners. Go to howtobecomthetruemedia.com. Hit the big honking green fucking pill button. This big fucking green pill button that says enroll now. Yeah, you click that. And then it takes you to the page where you look at the product for enrollment, the digital enrollment product, you hit add to basket, and then you hit checkout. And then, after you hit view basket, you hit checkout, and you pick the donation that you want to make. And here's what's accepted. I'd have to sign in. Go away from the browser briefly, and I'll sign in so I can show these people. Thank you. All right, you can go back to it. These are the donation methods accepted, and one of them's going away in a few days. GPay is going away as a donation method and enrollment method because Google is removing the ability of GPay to be used as a peer-to-peer payment processor. They are only going to be using GPay for merchant purchases, like in stores. So a person will not be able to send GPay money from one personal wallet to another. So I have to remove that. I'm not a merchant. I do not have a merchant account. I do not engage in mercantilism. Okay. No commerce is conducted here. This is a 100% private donation process. This is a private tutoring slash, mentoring process, whereby I accept private donations. That's it. So you can enroll right now, Cash App, GPay, Wise, Zelle, and 9 different cryptocurrencies. So I've given people more than that. What is it? 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cryptocurrencies, Cash App, GPay, Wise, and Zelle. And soon to be GPay being removed from that. I think they're going to be doing it until June 4th, and then I'll be taking GPay down as a donation method. And that's all you do. You pick the one, and no, you can't pay by credit card. No, you can't pay by debit card. You can enroll via check and money order. I'll show you where you do that at. If you want to enroll via check or money order, you click the email right here that says, if you wish to enroll in this seminar by check or money order, click this email. You click that, you ask me for the address to send the donation to via check or money order. It's not hard, folks. This is not difficult. How you would get to it from gifts. I'll show you how you would get to it before we even do that. I'll show you how you would get to this from What on Earth is Happening. Let's go to the what. Let me mute the tab. And we'll go to whatonearthishappening.com. Here's the homepage of whatonearthishappening.com. I put a big poster up about the seminar. I put a huge poster up about the seminar on the homepage, okay? You click that, it takes you right to the gift area where you could put it in your basket. Okay? This is not hard, folks. People make it hard because you don't read and you don't listen. I don't accept debit or credit cards because I'm not a merchant. I don't have a merchant account. This isn't an online store. This is a gift card for people who want to make a private donation to get certain things. That's all it is. I don't run a business. What on Earth is Happening isn't a business. It isn't incorporated. It isn't an LLC. It's not a limited liability corporation. It's not a corporation. It's not any of those things. I don't contract for those things. This is a website named something that I accept private donations. That's it. Through those methods that I just told you. If you just get the shit out from in between your ears, which is all the duck speak chatter, the duck quack chatter, and you just listen, and then you observe, and then you do, you'll understand the right way to do things. Instead, what people do is they just let the duck quack go on endlessly. They can't listen because there's just nothing but shit between their ears, and they don't know how to fucking do anything. And that's almost the whole fucking world. That's almost the whole fucking goddamned world. Here's how you would get into it from gifts. Let's say you click into gifts. Here's the gifts link right here on the homepage. I click gifts. It tells you the donation methods. Oh, there it is again. This is what you accept. How many fucking places do I need to put it before people realize these are the methods I accept and I don't accept anything else? Because they're fucking retards. And that's all the show will be about every day is just how much fucking retards people are. That's all I deal with. That's all you're going to have to deal with. You're going to have to hear me say it until you start working on other people not to be a fucking retard. When you help me work on the human species not to be retarded anymore, that's when I'll stop harping on how retarded the human species is. You click, yes, I have access to one of these donation methods. Then you can click categories, or you can go down the right side, hit True Media Technology Seminar. You can go to categories, and you can click True Media Seminar 2024. There's the item. You get added to your basket. This isn't hard, folks. A trained fucking mental ward patient could figure this out. A mental ward patient shown a couple of fucking clicks to make could figure this out. My website is not convoluted. Some idiots insist on saying that. My website's about as simple as any website could possibly be laid the fuck out. A trained fucking retarded monkey could figure out how to navigate this website. If you can't, the problem's not with me or how I laid out the website. The problem is you're a fucking retard. Jump back into the housekeeping announcements. So for more information, how to become the truemedia.com. If I don't get more enrollments, I don't know. All aspects of what on earth is happening are going to have to go away because I will not have a place to live. So this essentially helps me have the resources that I need to continue this operation in any form. So if enrollments don't pick up this year, what on earth is happening is done. And I mean all of it, not just the show. So just letting you know. Because that's what happens almost every year is there's a bunch of enrollments on day 1 and 2, then it dries up, and then there's enrollments the last 2 days. Because that's how people operate. They're either way early, which I don't have a problem with those people. If you want to jump in early, that's great. And then nobody enrolls in the whole 3 months. And then the last couple of days, you got me going fucking crazy, totally disrespectfully. You have me going crazy, trying to even keep up with the work to do to get the people into the seminar on the last couple of days, because that's how people work. You think like what? You're not saving by enrolling on the last day. You're just making it harder for you and me. Enroll now. Now is when I have the time to deal with and keep up with all the enrollments before I'm starting to actually set up the class and the sessions and all the material that goes along with it. Like, do it now. Don't do it last minute. And of course, people won't listen and they'll just do it last minute because they don't have any respect for me or this work. They just don't. And that's all most people are, is just disrespectful fucking people that don't care about anybody else's efforts and only want to do things their way because their parents never taught them how to be respectful of others. That's it. And this is all about ratchet parenting. That's all this whole fucking thing is about. It's just about fucking trash for parents that taught no life skills and no respect to the fucking people that they shat out of their cunts. That's all it's about, and I'll just say it that nastily. Maybe I just won't scream and just say really fucking hurtful, nasty shit to people real calmly like a robot. And well, what will you say? Oh, Passio's saying some crazy shit, but at least it's totally calm. Because that's all you're about, is you're just fucking people who just want to be fucking switched off, no emotion robots. You can't feel a fucking thing. You couldn't feel a fucking knife if it were jammed in your fucking skull. You can't feel. You have no fucking zest for life. You have no fucking passion. You have no fucking emotion. You're already like fucking robots. Almost all of you. That's why you don't care about The enslavement of yourselves or all future generation of children of humanity. I mean, what kind of a fucking robot sits there while all future generation of all children that are to come after us sits there and says, I don't really give a fuck. I don't really care that much. That tells me all I need to know about the essence of your fucking soul. I onboarded a couple new content creators and even a few more who have yet to make some content, but I've onboarded about 3 to 5 new people, and so One Great Work Network is growing slowly. I think we have now 75 content creators. It's going to be 76 or 77 in the next couple days. So that's going pretty strong. Please support them and their work, their contributions to the One Great Work at onegreatworknetwork.com. Don't Tread on Philly's Second Wednesday Happy Hour, a social meetup for people concerned about the loss of freedom. Second Wednesday of every month, 6 to 9 p.m. at the Dive in South Philadelphia. Always free to attend. Visit don'ttreadonphilly.com or the Don't Tread on Philly Facebook page for the meetup times. I was not present at the last two because of what was going on with my dad, so I will be there in June. I was also not present for the last couple Inquire and Inspire documentary nights. I will be there in June as well, third Thursday of the month, 6 to 9 p.m. Always free to attend at Arnold's Family Fun Center in Oaks, Pennsylvania. For more information, visit inquireandinspire.com. The IPFS project is still ongoing at whatonearthishappening.com/IPFS. I'm not going to talk about that at an extent right now. We usually will do call-ins via Telegram. I'm not going to do any call-ins. The ARC 2.0, the amazing repository of knowledge, still actively being offered, and I'll continue to offer this no matter what happens. People have been taking me up on this. I get ARCs almost every day, which is good to see. It's a 2 terabyte drive filled with 26,000 audio files, over 9,500 books, over 3,400 videos from my own archive of research that I've been collecting and amassing since the internet has existed. Started doing this back in the early 90s. Visit whatonearthishappening.com/ARC for details about how to get the ARC 2.0 drive. You send the drive to me, I send it back filled with the data, as long as you are respectful and follow the shipping instructions that are so specific to protect your property and to speedily get the drive to me and then back to you. Every single thing that I do where I interact with the public, almost every single possibility of what can be done incorrectly, people find and do it incorrectly. And yes, there is a correct way and an incorrect way of doing things. And I tell people, do not send things to my property that require being signed for. How many times I have missed things? I have security measures in place. You have to trust me. It's not going to be taken. I do not want to have to sign for things. How much more aggravation and trouble and fucking runaround people insist, no, you're going to sign your signature for that fucking package so I know you got it. And guess what happens? It gets bounced around in the fucking mail endlessly. It gets bounced around by UPS. It gets bounced around by FedEx. If they don't drop the fucking package on the property the day they have the package in hand and it goes back to the fucking what do they call it? Not the warehouse, but the distribution center. Forget it. Forget it. It's going to be another week of being bounced around if I find it at all. And that's work I have to do. Because the door tag will come to me, not the fucking person who sent it. And what I'm just saying is it doesn't matter. If I tell people pack it with good bubble wrap, they pack it with fucking newspaper. If I tell them, put a fucking a return label in the box, they send me a waybill I got to stand in the line for. It's like, if you just listen and don't make an exception for yourself, you're no one special. You don't get an exception where everybody else has to do it by the process I require. I'm the one who's offering the offer. You don't do it on your terms. You do it on the terms of the person who's offering you the gift of the data. But this is why your parents fucked you up. The people who believe, no, Mark will work on my terms. I'll do it my way. Fuck you. You're the one making the offer. You're the one presenting this wonderful gift to me. But fuck you. You're going to do it on my terms. Those are the people I'm talking about. Your parents fucked you up. You don't have any respect for other people. You don't have any respect for the data and the knowledge, first of all, which is the first thing you should have the respect for. Secondly, you should respect me for my effort. You should respect my time. You shouldn't add aggravation onto my fucking plate. That's why the instructions are there. I've learned the best way of doing it. You don't know the best way of doing it. This is all about the Dunning-Kruger effect. The person with the Dunning-Kruger effect thinks, I know everything about this, even though I've never done it one time in my life, because I'm a fucking moron with no life skills and never packed a box. And they go, we're going to do this my way. And I'm the one who is sent back and forth thousands and thousands of arcs. And the moron who's never packed a box in their life is going to tell me how it works. This is the whole problem with the world, folks, is that you can't read instructions and garner what I want you to do. Or you're too fucking egotistical and hard-headed, and you think that I'm fucking commanding you like an order follower. No, giving someone correct instructions on how to do things without heartache and fucking trauma and trouble and fucking endless runaround is not commanding anybody. It's giving them simple instructions on how to accomplish something efficiently and effectively, without it taking 6 times the amount of time that it needs to, or your property getting fucking damaged and you not getting it returned to you in working order. But you were never taught that. I watched a kid yesterday. I went to a brew pub with a couple of friends, and I watched a kid walk into a place thinking that he's being nice. And this is, folks, this is bad parenting. Walk in from a steaming hot summer day concert that was going on outside in the burning hot, steaming, humid sun into a cool, cold, even air-conditioned building where he's thinking, I'm doing something nice, and he was standing with the door wide open so that people didn't have to open the door and go into the building, thinking, I'm doing something nice by holding the door for everyone. And guess what? You can make the argument, oh, the person's trying to be nice, but he's dumb. We don't need nice, dumb people. We need intelligent people who understand how things work. Nice, dumb people are going to get us more slavery. And this is bad parenting, because his parents never taught him, you don't go from the outside of a building into an air-conditioned building, open the door, let all of the cold air-conditioned air out of the building so that the people in there are sweating and oppressed from the heat that just fucking, all the fucking air conditioning blows outside and there's tons of hot air that fucking rushes in. Because his parents aren't making an intelligent person. They're trying to make a nice person. But they never said, a stranger who isn't the fucking person's father or mother had to walk over to him and said, you're letting all the air-conditioned air out of the room. And all the hot air's rushing in. This is who we have as fucking dumb fucking parents in our world. People who don't teach. Yeah, I see children, they've never been taught to move out of another person's way when people are coming at them. They just stand there. It's like, just fucking bowl the fuck over me, or I'll just bowl right the fuck into you. This is where we're at in life. Parents don't even teach children the very basics of normal human interaction anymore, because they're that dumb and inconsiderate and disrespectful. And so it just carries on down to the next generation of dumb, ignorant, disrespectful fucking people. And they think they're doing a service to humanity. Oh, isn't it great? I taught my son to fucking hold the door for people. Yeah, but you didn't teach him that he's fucking making everybody swelter in a fucking place that's wasting their fucking air conditioning. Just no respect or intelligence. It's like, all right, you hold the door for one fucking person, then you close it because the air is on. Just dumb fucking people. And that's all it is. And it's ratchet parenting. That's all it is. It's just dumb, ratchet parenting. So, when I tell you, follow the instructions for the ark or you're not going to get the data, I mean it. If I tell you, don't fucking wrap up a bunch of newspaper, put high quality bubble wrap, just do it. I'm not commanding you because I'm giving you fucking orders to follow. I'm protecting your own fucking property, dumbass. Because I know how to do it and you don't. I can't believe in life how many people have never been taught basic things by their parents. What the fuck were your parents fucking there for? They were there to sit you in front of some fucking shit cartoon on the fucking Cartoon Network and slap some fucking garbage food down your gullet. Apparently, that's what they were there for. But they weren't there to teach you any life skills. They weren't there to teach you any real consideration for other human beings. And Mark Passio's the mean man for saying it. Fuck you people. Niceness isn't going to get us out of slavery. Real holistic intelligence is one of the factors that's going to get us out of slavery, along with true agape care and right action, which is true wisdom. That's what'll get us out of slavery. And we have to have courage to do that right action. Those four things: real holistic intelligence, real agape care, true courage, and right action. And if we don't have those things, it doesn't matter how fucking nice you are to anybody. And if you don't understand that, you're fucking retarded. If you want any of my stuff, gifts.whatonearthishappening.com. It's all there. You can enroll in the seminar there. You can get the Passio drive where all my work is on the one solid state drive. The natural law documentary's there. Men's t-shirts. We don't have any women's t-shirts. They're gone. I'm not reprinting them because they sold poorly. Because, I guess there's a few women into my work that initially got shirts, and there's no new women coming to this work, apparently. Because, God forbid, I'm talking about a topic that criticizes their understanding of real eugenics and is telling them correctly that they're propagating satanic eugenics by believing in the things that they believe in. And then other people are saying, why don't you criticize men like this? I do and did. And it's called The Cult of Ultimate Evil, Order Followers, and the Destruction of the Sacred Feminine. People think, I'm only being harsh on women. No, I actually delivered a presentation that talked about the imbecile mindset of a large majority of men that want to be hyper macho and dominant and aggressive and go and join the order following forces of the military and police, and therefore they constitute the biggest satanic cult in the world. Soldiers and cops. And I went in just as hard on all those fucking imbecile order-following dolt men as I did on all the fucking imbecile dolt women who believe in fucking satanic eugenics through the neo-feminism movement. So I attack everybody on an equal basis based on their stupidity. Because that's the only thing that divides us, is how intelligent or stupid we are, and that basically equates directly proportionally to how much we believe in statism or know it's completely fucking immoral. But dumb people can't figure that out. If instead you prefer to make a straight donation to the What on Earth is Happening and One Great Work and How to Become the True Media Causes, whatonearthishappening.com/donate. That's the page where you can make a straight donation. It's all my housekeeping. My producer's making a point that the unholy feminine presentation in many cases is much harsher on men than it is on women. Correct. Because how many fucking imbecile men rights advocates and MGTOW fucking jerk-offs don't understand one word that I've spoken in this presentation and don't teach it because they're dumb dolts. You know? Who think they're real fucking men. Couldn't spell the word. Where we left off in this presentation about a month ago was talking about millennials. Millennials are some of the dumbest fucking generation that has ever been shat out. And I continue to say that. And I say it unapologetically. People want to talk trash on, boomers, and they're pretty fucking dumb. But the millennials win the fucking prize for dumbness. And let me speak to Gen X on this before I get into millennials. Gen X are probably the worst parents who've ever lived. While some of them might be the only hope for humanity, like myself, let me tell you something. You fucked up so bad in parenting because you shat out the millennials. And that's a testimonial to how fucked up you guys are. The Gen X generation. You're the worst parents in the history of humanity to make this fucking generation. So before you go patting yourselves on the back about how great Gen X is, take a look at your parenting track record, you fucking dumb dolts. It says everything that needs to be said about you. Enjoying my coffee. There's another thing. Everybody wants to attack fucking every fucking natural substance on the fucking earth. Oh my God. Destroy all garlic because that shit is poison. Never eat a fucking tiny, even minced bit of garlic. Kill all alliums. Never eat an onion. Doesn't matter all the health benefits they have. Every single fucking food is under attack. Broccoli's under fucking attack. Broccoli. Celery. There's all this poison flavonoids in celery. It's terrible for you. It'll kill you. I mean, you gotta be fucking kidding the things that people have bought into by the fucking CIA fucking sorcerers. They will attack the healthiest things that exist. Oh, the attack on coffee. I'm a demon. This is demon blood. The demon blood of coffee. How dare you drink a half a cup of iced coffee, Mark, in the morning? You demon blood drinker. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. Has nothing to do with you not understanding morality. You don't understand what you own and what you don't own. You fucking think the bodies of other beings belong to you. You fucking believe the fucking earth is flat. You fucking believe every fucking lying sack of shit that comes out of the fucking CIA sorcerer fucking church. And they're fucking their masters at Tavistock and the Club of Rome. You'll believe everything they push on you. Imagine. They don't even understand. These dumb dolts don't even understand how close to a Carrington event we were 2 weeks ago. They don't even get what it means. They don't even understand it because they don't study space weather, because they know nothing about fucking cosmology. They know nothing about astronomy. They know nothing about physics. They know nothing about energy. They know nothing about geometry. They know nothing about kinetic energy and dynamics. Nothing. Just dumb in every possible field of endeavor of knowledge. They're just fucking dumb losers and don't want to be instructed and don't want to be taught. They're just like, everything's a lie. Everything works the way I believe it does. I don't want to learn how anything really works. It's just all a matter of subjective opinion, and I'm just going to believe whatever the fuck I want. Whatever fucking dumb theories come down the pike, I latch onto and believe immediately. And by extension, you make fucking really holistically intelligent people like myself and others who are really trying to give you some knowledge and wisdom look bad in the process by guilt by association, by other dumb motherfuckers who think because you're so dumb, I'm so dumb. Because they associate your fucking dumbass with me. Because we both say we want freedom. Except I understand the dynamics that generate it, and your dumbass doesn't. Millennial women are the children of the post-baby boomer generation and were largely raised by the state-run education system, television, and pop culture. They have been conditioned by these systems to behave in ways that are complacent, compliant, unquestioning, unthinking, and narcissistic. They absorb large amounts of television programming, consume poisonous genetically modified food, are obsessed with escapist pursuits, conduct only vapid, inane conversations, and express an extreme lack of concern or interest in real-world issues. They are the absolute dream of the social engineer controllers. They are the absolute dream of the Satanists. They are the absolute dream of the eugenicists. And they don't even know. This is the Dunning-Kruger effect on steroids. These people don't even know how stupid they are. They don't know how much they don't know. And they don't care. They're just vapid, self-absorbed trash in every conceivable aspect of the word. In the ancient Kemetic tradition of Egypt, the land once called Kem, there was a phrase, ignorance is evil. And now it's a common term today to say that ignorance is bliss, that it's pure happiness. This is how far we've fallen in consciousness. And people want to make excuses and say, well, people don't know because of this, that, and the other thing. It doesn't matter why people don't know. You had the opportunity to know. You've had the opportunity to learn for decades. Not years, not months, not weeks, not days, decades. And for people to remain ignorant in a world completely flooded with the information that they need to take in and learn is evil. It's not just ignorance, it's evil. It is direct evil to stay ignorant in a world of the knowledge of the requirements for real freedom. It means you couldn't care less. It means you can't take up any of your time and you can't sacrifice any of your effort to learn what's right and what's good and what's true. The consciousness of the so-called millennial woman has been programmed from birth by the state and the social engineers, thanks to the complacency of their parents' generation, a generation that surrendered their freedom entirely, abandoned health and nutrition for convenience, traded their spiritual and moral values for those they garnered from sitcoms, and handed their children over to the corporatized state where their minds were molded like clay into the types of inauthentic males and inauthentic females that we are discussing here today. And that was Generation X and the baby boomer generation. And make no mistake, they're the worst parents who have ever existed in the history of humanity. Some Gen Xers reasonably did well enough to educate themselves and to understand what was going on. And I feel like the Gen X generation might be the only generation that possibly could help to truly fix the problem. But forget the baby boomers. I mean, you want to talk about people who just totally shun their responsibility as parents? They just slapped fucking and even the World War II generation, the so-called greatest generation. They put their kids in front of the TV and let the TV raise their children. So did the baby boomer generation. They wanted convenience everywhere. They didn't want responsibility. The fucking so-called greatest generation of World War II thought their responsibility was done defeating Hitler. And it was like, well, we're just going to fucking party our way into the fucking night now. Everything's just hunky-dory. Open a fucking TV dinner, slap it on a fucking tray in front of that little shit, and let the television tell him whatever he wants. Whatever they want to fucking tell our kids, let them tell them. That's what the fucking boomer generation did. And if you don't think so, you're fucking retarded. There's going to be my new catchphrase on the way out for What on Earth is Happening. If you don't think so, you're fucking retarded. Just like, get the fuck as offended as you want, loser. You know? Get as offended as you want. Maybe you need to be offended. You know, like Suicidal Tendencies said. Oh, you're offended? Oh, maybe you needed to be offended. And one more thing, fuck you. You know? Off Lights, Camera, Revolution. Phenomenal album. And Gen Xers can get as offended as they fucking want. You're trash for fucking parents because you raised this shit generation of millennials, and fucking now the millennials raised Gen Z. And finally, Gen Zers are they're a little better seeing how badly their fucking parents' generation got fucked up and how dumb dolts they are. And at least some of the Gen Z generation want to get their heads out from up their ass. Not all of them, but some. Bigger proportional than the millennials, certainly. This is another thing I'm seeing all over the place. This is everywhere in our culture, is neo-Puritanicalism. I was just talking about it with a friend today. The idea that sex is somehow evil or bad, it's unbelievable. And Puritanicalism is so physically unhealthy that if you want to translate this, this is what morons who don't understand the trivium and who don't actually listen to what's being said will do. They'll say, Passio's for rampant indiscriminate sex everywhere and unhealthy and just being a complete, prostitute all over the fucking place. No, I didn't say that, loser who can't fucking listen and think and hear what's being said. I said there's a thread of Puritanicalism reappearing through every aspect of our culture through religion because they want to push the population real low and they want people having an unhealthy worldview when it comes to human sexuality, thinking that it's some fucking horrific, dirty, evil fucking thing. When it's not. It's natural and it's healthy. People are so fucked up when it comes to sexuality that people are just fucking dumb fucking robots. You're dumb, religiously programmed robots who don't understand themselves, and that's why you don't understand sexuality. You're afraid of every aspect of yourself. You're little quivering children hiding under the fucking staircase who never grew up and actually looked at the real aspects of a true adult human personality. You don't even know what that comprises, let alone have you achieved it. Neo-Puritanicalism, it's rampant in our culture. It's everywhere. And it poisons the mindset of children, poisons the mindsets of young adults, and teaches them that sex is evil because their sick fucking twisted religions taught them that. And guess what? It's just as equally bad the other way with fucking people thinking, oh, let's teach children to be fucking prostitutes and have fucking, crazy fucking, sex pushers come into fucking children's fucking libraries and put sexuality right in front of fucking children where it has no business. That's not what I'm talking about either. Each one of these is distorted pathways having nothing to do with healthy sexuality. Once again, I left out a whole section of this presentation, and to be honest, I was going to do it this year, and I just felt like it's not deserved. I just don't want to. Like, I just sat on all that material, and I'll continue to do that. Maybe one day I'll do an addendum, a true addendum to Unholy Feminine. or I'll just make a presentation about like the actual healthy aspects of human sexuality and talk about all of the physical aspects that it helps. This is a big part of why we're an unhealthy species. Huge, because we have no real relationship with our own sexuality. And it's sad, and it's tragic, and it's not getting better. It's getting infinitely worse year over year, which is why I made this presentation back in 2016, and 8 years later, there's zero progress toward understanding it. None at all. A religious, puritanical mindset is being slowly, and I wouldn't use that term anymore, I would say very quickly, reinfused into Western culture by religious fundamentalism, which is everywhere. Such religionists are demonizing consensual sexual relationships between adults and pushing the notion that normal human sexuality is somehow sinful or even evil. And notice I said between adults. Leave the children out of it. Homosexuality is not immoral if it's consenting and between two adults. Lesbian sex is not immoral if it is consenting and between two adults. People who want to explore gender identity in different ways than are traditional, it's not immoral if it's between two consenting adults. Leave the fucking children out of it. Pushing any sex/overt sexuality toward children is not moral. That's immoral because they don't have the developed mindset for people to be doing that to them. You're confusing them. It's abuse. It's child abuse. Period. And I don't understand how people can't understand that is my mindset. I've actually had people say to me, "Oh, you said it's got to be consensual." No, I've said it's got to be consensual in between two adults, two or more consenting adults. Then do whatever the fuck you want. Leave the fucking children out of it. I've said it a billion fucking times. People don't listen. They hear what they want to hear. Your religion telling two guys that they can't get together if they're consenting adults is bullshit. Your religion telling two women that they can't get together sexually if they're two consenting adults is bullshit. That's not morality. That's pushing your fucking standards onto other people that have nothing to do with objective standards of morality, which is about do not murder, assault, rape, thieve, trespass, coerce, or deceive. And if you're not doing any of those things, you're not committing a transgression against natural law. The natural law transgressions are murder, assault, rape, theft, trespass, coercion, and deception. They're not pride, gluttony, sloth, lust, anger, jealousy, and greed. That's the bullshit 7 deadly sins that your bullshit religion wants to teach people are sinful. No, they're not. They're not transgressions against other people's rights. They're things that, while most people find them distasteful, are not actively doing a behavior that violates other people's rights. So there's this reemergence of complete puritanical religious fundamentalism going on in our culture, especially in Western culture. They try to convince people that everyone in American culture is obsessed with sex, when in fact, all they are obsessed with is the idea of sex, but not the actual act itself. We have rampant sexuality being pushed in this country, but there's not a whole lot of sex act that is really going down. It's all people who are afraid of actual sexuality. And what they are doing is they are sexualizing. They're pushing young children to try to push their own sexualization. And this is done to try to garner monetary resource, because sex as a transaction is what is being equated in the socially engineered mind of especially women, but men as well in Western culture. Real, healthy sexual relationships are not what is being promoted. It's just rampant sexualization to make women look sexually attractive to men to get resources from them. And again, I just can't believe that guys believe, men in our culture actually believe there's some rampant sex happening in our culture, like we're a sex-crazed society. We're a completely sexually repressed society in just about every conceivable way, where all people are doing is trying to figure out how to profit from sex as a monetary transaction, not actually utilize the sex act in all of the wondrous ways that it is both health beneficial and an actual societal glue to bring the familial dynamic into expression in the population. You can't even conceptualize that fact because you look at it like such a little fucking dumb puritanical fucking boy and girl. Most people are completely afraid of sexuality. 100% afraid, and it comes out in their attitude as soon as anybody wants to express sexuality in our culture. They're shamed for it, they're fucking attacked, they're ridiculed, they're fucking told they're bad, they're told they're fucking evil. No, your religion's fucking bad and evil. It's trash, and it always has been. Religion's the one and only fucking problem, telling people that a natural biological function is somehow fucking evil or unclean. That's your fucking mental fucking illness. You're fucking sick. You're a member of a fucking cult. You're a fucking piece of trash. And you want to believe that people are committing an immoral act by two consenting adults of the same sex having sex together? You wouldn't know what fucking morality is if it ran you over like a fucking truck. You couldn't spell the fucking word moral. That's how fucking much of a dumb piece of shit you are. You're a dumb, religiously brainwashed piece of shit. And you're doing harm to others, teaching them that sex is bad and evil. This whole bullshit aspect of biblical fucking interpretation of Genesis. You don't even know what fucking original sin is. It wasn't sex. It wasn't eating a fucking apple from a fucking tree, moron. It wasn't having sex, moron. It was fucking moral relativism is the original sin. It's taking the objective difference of right and wrong and saying, no, I'm going to decide that for myself. I'm not going to look at that as something objective that I need to learn and align my behavior to and become a truly moral fucking person. Oh no. I'm going to be the arbiter of what right and wrong are, just like what fucking bullshit religion of every persuasion, whether it's Jewish, Muslim, Hindu, fucking Islam, Christian, it doesn't fucking matter what it is. It all teaches you bullshit regarding human sexuality, and it teaches you could just be relativistic about that and set whatever fucking arbitrary rules you want. And you believe it because you're dumb, low IQ fucking morons. All you religious fucking believers out there. You're just fucking dumb, dull trash. Whose parents shat you out, and then they shat into your fucking brain wrong knowledge. They shat right into your fucking head. They put their ass to your ear, and they fucking blew a big fucking diarrhea dart into your brain. That's what they did with religion, by teaching you that fucking garbage. And the whole world's still run by this shit, and all the Satanists are just laughing their asses off at you, because they made all your fucking religions, you pieces of shit. They made every one of your fucking dumb religions. And they're laughing at your dumb fucking monkey asses. And I agree with them. Laugh it up. Laugh it up, all the fucking dark occultists out there. You did a wonderful fucking job. You convinced people of everything that's a lie is true. And they ate it up. They ate that horse shit up out of a bowl. They can't get enough. Jam it down the gullet with that big fucking serving spoon. You got a big salad. You know the big fucking spoons that people hang on the wall as a decoration? You need one of those to jam it down the fucking gullet. All that horse shit called religion. You can't get it down the gullet fast enough, you piece of shit. Losers. You're losers. They're obsessed with the idea of sex, but not the act itself. This is due to the level of sexual repression taking place within our culture. And man, has it gotten worse since 2016. It's way worse. Way worse. And what's glorified and put up on a pedestal is sexualization. It's like sexualization without any actual healthy sex life. We're going to look the part like a fucking prostitute, and we're going to actually put that up on a pedestal and worship the sexualization. It's junk culture. It's just junk. Junk. Real prostitution is far more honest. It's far more honest. It's more real and honest, because at least there's no deception that, oh my God, this is part of sexuality, when it's just bullshit illusion. Like, prostitution is just like, I'm a fucking prostitute. If you want sex, give me money and we'll have sex. And that's it. There's no facades, you know, it's just what it is. And like I said, it's one of the solutions. Prostitution is a solution to all of this nonsense. That's why it's illegal. It can't be made legal because it will end neo-feminism. Prostitution will end neo-feminism. You mark my words, it's prophecy. It's not even prophecy. It's just knowing how social engineering has been set up to work. I know everything there is to know about it. They wanted to make me one of the social engineers. And man, would I be doing a number on you fucking dumb monkeys. You guys are lucky I didn't stay the course. Because if they put me where they wanted to put me, this species would be over already. You'd be done already. It wouldn't be this cat and mouse toying game like a fucking cat toying with a half dead mouse. It wouldn't be that. You'd be gone already. You're lucky that I fucking woke up. And tried to tell you, and you still don't want to fucking know. Because you're losers. You're fucking dumb fucking losers. Every westernized culture is actually more sexually repressed now than ever before. And this dynamic is becoming worse and worse due to the influence of this neo-puritanical ideology. And let me explain how legalizing prostitution will end neo-feminism. Neo-feminism is all about this hypersexualization of women. It's about making them some fucking prize and to control men and to make them fucking pair up with fucking weak, dumb men who will then produce weak, dumb children who are easier to enslave. And men go along with it because the sex act is a need, a biological need and requirement for men in our culture. In any culture, it's a biological need and requirement for men of our species, period. And the social engineers know this, and that's why they're targeting the mindset of women, because they know men at a 99% ratio or higher do not have the self-control not to fall victim to the social engineering that is running around through the women's mindset. They don't have the self-control for that. Somebody like myself will look at a woman trying to fucking manipulate and just laugh their asses off. Like I've heard the most hilarious comedian giving his best material for hours. I will just laugh at the person because you think you're a higher level master psychologist than me? And you're going to manipulate this one? Like, this is the biggest fucking laughing joke I ever heard. But most guys are so fucking dumb, they'll be, yeah, okay, honey, I'll do whatever you say. That's how most guys are. You're just dumb fucking dolts. You think with your dick all the time. And you'll do whatever the fucking social engineers have programmed you to do because they programmed you to listen to the woman who's giving you any fucking amount of sex or even the promise of sex. Because you're weak. You're weak fucking losers. Instead of fucking laughing and saying, hey, you're fucking brainwashed by these fucking Satanists over here, and you better clean your fucking act up and get it together so all the generations of humanity that come after us aren't fucking eternal slaves. Dumbass! No, men won't say that to women because they just want pussy, you know? They won't get it. They won't fucking do any kind of fucking teaching to them or fucking provisioning so that they can really understand what's fucking going on up here. No, they'll just take their shit. Take their shit for sex. And then in the next breath, they want to say they're a fucking man. You're a fucking little shit pussy boy that's not doing nothing but chasing pussy. Because you're a loser. You're a weakling. And you're fucking as dumb as fucking bent, rusty fucking nails in a fucking paper bag. That's how fucking dumb you guys are. You legalize prostitution, and a guy goes, oh, yeah? You think you're going to control me for sex? I'll go down to the brothel on the fucking corner, and that'll be the end of the conversation. That's the end of that. And it'll be fucking at least kept relatively clean. It'll be treated like a profession. If fucking the women aren't professional and nice and do the services the way that the men want, they won't pay them. They'll go somewhere else. And competition will grow up around it, and people will be well sexed in society, and this bullshit programming will go the fuck away practically overnight. And you don't think so? You're fucking retarded. That's the new catchphrase. If you don't think so, you're fucking retarded because you haven't been able to reason it the fuck out, and you don't understand why the very last thing every fucking government agent ever wants to do is legalize prostitution. Oh, and get rid of the property tax. God for fucking bid. Those are the holy fucking angels of statism. Is property tax remaining in place and prostitution remaining outlawed. You get rid of those two things, society radically changes overnight. Radically, like that. I'm telling you, as much as teaching people natural law, you'll see fucking society change because it will have so much extra, and all of this bullshit neo-feminism programming will just be crushed like a fucking sledgehammer to the fucking skull. That's how quickly it would be crushed by legalizing prostitution. And sexuality would change a whole lot in our fucking culture overnight. And women would stop acting like fucking prostitutes. And some women will go and become actual prostitutes and stop acting like a fucking prostitute in what's supposed to be a legitimate relationship. Or at least a legitimate interaction between two adult human beings. We don't even have that. We have some fucking bullshit, convoluted, degraded sexual act for money. Sexualized transactions is what we have. And there are people who can hear what I'm saying. There's most of the fucking people can't hear what I'm saying because you're too dumb. You're too dumb and you're too attached to your bullshit religions. But there's some people who can hear what I'm saying. Some. Such cultural engineering is done in order to demonize a healthy attitude toward normal human sexuality and reduce the population through voluntary abstinence. That's another big part of it. It's direct population control. It's a form of eugenics by getting people to abstain from sexuality. And it's not just that. Again, it's about the destruction of the familial dynamic. And again, I'm not going to keep repeating what I mean by that. I've explained it ad infinitum. I'm not talking about the family unit. The familial dynamic is a healthy relationship between men and women in society, which social engineers don't want, because when you break those bonds, you make people weak, stupid, lazy, ignorant, and fucking open to any aspects of their control that the social engineers and Satanists want to foist upon them. You make a herd far easier to control. And this is part of the myth of hookup culture. This idea that there's casual sex everywhere, and casual sex is just totally easy to find, and there's all these people just hooking up indiscriminately, and it's just like, finding a little pocket of 60s culture, but it's everywhere. It's all over our whole society. I mean, if you believe this, you're fucking the most abject retard that I've ever seen in the world. And there are people who believe this. I still hear people today, hookup culture's everywhere, Mark. I talk to old people people, young people, and everybody in between, there ain't any hookup culture. Maybe you find a little bit of sexual exploration in college-age students, maybe. And I'm talking maybe, and it's few and far between. There ain't no hookup culture, folks. You're just lying to yourself. It does not exist. It's a myth. It's not even a myth. It's fucking some dumb fucking story that people are telling other people to get them to be afraid of all this indiscriminate sex, and you're going to get a venereal disease and all of this shit. It's just like the big AIDS scare of the 80s. Like, oh, you're going to get AIDS any day now. AIDS is from a broken down immune system due to lifestyle choices. It has very little to do with human sexuality. It's prominent in certain cultures of human sexuality. The mind-controlled right and fake-ass Christian religionists have spread the idea that quote-unquote hookup culture, or an atmosphere of promiscuity, one-night stands, and casual sex is rampant in our society. This is what fake-ass fucking lard-ass Christians, lard-brained Christians, tell their fucking kids to get them afraid of sexuality and sexual exploration. They tell them, oh, casual sex is everywhere and everybody's hooking up and they all have VDs, and if you hook up with anybody, you're going to get venereal diseases and be sick and be in and out of hospitals and have a fucked up immune system and, you know, all of this shit. It's all bullshit. It's all from far right-wing religious fundamentalists. It's one of the biggest problems. And a big problem with right-wing religious fundamentalists is lots of them are racist. It's all imbalances. The left have their worship of the state. They want to have a nanny state. They want the government to be God. They want fucking to steal from everybody through taxation because they don't understand fucking property. And they're just fucking cultural trash. And then the right has its own fucking variant of fucking trash think. Oh, sex is bad. It's all about God and religion. And you don't know what real fucking morality is. You have your bullshit version of morality that turns everybody off to real spirituality. Turns everybody off to natural law and objective morality. You got your own bullshit that you're feeding everybody about hookup culture and all this shit. It's all religious bullshit, just like it's statist bullshit on the left. You got your own bullshit culture, just like they have their own bullshit culture. And none of you are turned on to the real fucking truth of what's going on through social engineering and Satanism, because you're just fucking dumb, lard-ass dolts. It's because you feed your fucking brain with shit for food. And think it's healthy. And then want to tell other people that their healthy fucking choices are unhealthy. Go fuck yourself. Fucking losers. I'm seriously like, I'm probably going to go on some other people's shows in the next couple months. And in all honesty, I kind of really don't even fucking want to. I kind of really want to like say what I say on my show on theirs, but I don't do that because I'm respectful of other people and I'm not going to just go in and F-bomb their show. But this is me laying out how I really fucking feel and what's really true in the language I want to say it in. I don't want to be nice to people anymore. I don't think human beings deserve kindness and niceness. They don't deserve at this point having something explained to them calmly and slowly. You deserve having something screamed in your face because you're a low-life fucking loser that didn't listen for 2 decades. And you stayed attached to all your bullshit that was false. And that's why we're all enslaved. You don't know what I know, and that's the whole fucking goddamn fucking problem, is that you don't know what I know. Or how what's being done is being done. You're just a fucking dumb, ignorant dolt regarding all that shit. And I'm tired of trying to speak to a dumbass. And that's what this whole fucking audience is. Because if I wasn't speaking to dumbasses, there'd be millions of fucking content creators teaching everybody what happened and teaching objective morality and natural law instead of fake fucking religious bullshit. And it hasn't happened, and it's not going to happen. Because Because we don't have any good fucking people. We don't have good enough fucking people. We have no good starting material. We have trash. That's all that's here. Hookup culture is an invention of religion and social engineering to make religious-minded people believe that there is a wild, sex-crazed culture and that they are being protected from it by buying into their puritanical religious ideology. It takes a dumb fucking dolt to buy into dumb dolt programming. For the fucking big dumb lie to be purchased, there's gotta be a willing fucking buyer. And you guys are the dumb willing fucking buyers, believing in this bullshit called hookup culture. The other big bullshit lie is rape culture. And I'm not saying women don't get raped, and I'm not saying there's not a potential for rape of women in our culture. That's why it's one of the fucking wrongdoings that's listed in the transgressions against natural law. Murder, assault, rape. It's number fucking 3. That means it's pretty fucking high on the list of crimes that are done against human beings. I'm not saying rape doesn't exist. This idea of rape culture is the notion that an entire society embraces rape and wants it to be done, wants it to be continued, and isn't really doing anything to try to stop rape from happening, and that's bullshit. Yes, there are cover-ups of certain rapes that happen, but that doesn't constitute rape culture. That doesn't mean the people of a whole civilization are fucking embracing the notion of rape and the action of rape, and saying it's perfectly fine, and we're just going to sweep it under the fucking rug and pretend it doesn't happen. That's not what's happening. So-called rape culture is also a psyop invention and is not actually taking place. This is not to say that rape is not an extremely vicious crime and an overall problem in human society. It is. But the claim that there is a formally justified culture, quote unquote, of rape being propped up within our society is patently absurd. If there is any institutionalized acceptance of rape in our culture, it's in prison, where the highest number of rapes in America take place upon men. You know where rape is fucking perfectly justified? In fucking government. We're all being raped by government. Our rights are being raped by government. How about in the fucking medical tyranny institution where they're trying to fucking break down our bodily autonomy and our right to not have things put into our fucking body? That's a form of rape. You want to talk about what rape is? If you can stick a needle in somebody against their consent, then any fucking man can stick their fucking dick in you without your consent. That's just as equally fucking rape as being raped with a penis. And if you don't think so, you're fucking retarded. If there's any so it's upon men is where the highest number of rapes take place in prison. Because that is a rape culture where the guards punish fucking people in prison when they are not that's not their job to be someone's punisher. They're supposed to fucking run the fucking prison so that it's safe for the fucking inmates, and they do exactly the opposite by encouraging rape culture inside men's prisons. The myth of so-called rape culture is ultimately propagated by the social engineers to keep us in constant fear of each other. For example, every man is a potential rapist, which you hear in this fucking satanic bullshit neo-feminist movement. And that serves to further isolate the genders and break down social cohesion between men and women. The destruction of the familial dynamic. You're never going to understand, people. You're just too fucking stupid. You're never going to understand it. You're just too stupid. You have too many fucking religious blocks in your brain. The social engineers did too much of a perfect number on you. You are perfectly possessed by them. You are perfectly, wholly owned and possessed. Almost every one of you. Almost every, and I know by the resistance that my words get in the modern day. More people were willing to listen to my words back when I made the natural law seminar than to any of the material that came after it to try to explain social engineering to the human herd. You don't want to understand it. You want to stay attached to your bullshit religious beliefs, and you're just too dumbed down to grasp what your masters and owners have done to your worldview and mindset. And I'm only saying the things that I'm saying to be ultimately vindicated by history. I'm saying it for two reasons. I'm not saying it to help anyone. Stop attributing what I'm saying to helping human beings. If anybody thinks that, you haven't listened to me. I don't say what I say to help human beings. I say what I say for two reasons. First and foremost among, chief of which, prominent, prime, utmost, is I serve the truth. The end. That's number one, and really nothing has to come after it. The second thing that I say what I say because is I wish my teachings in the long term, if there is going to be any humanity here, what I have said the whole time I've been saying it will be vindicated by human history. I'm not a prophet because of that. It isn't fucking magic. It isn't fortune telling or prognostication. It's because I was with these people. I know how they operate. I know their mindset. I know their game plan. I understand everything they're doing, and the dumb population does not. And I'll be vindicated by human history and what takes place. And my words will be shown to be completely true because that's all I've ever spoken, is what is true. The AIDS hoax is a big part of neo-feminism and the kind of sexual social engineering that is taking place within this whole culture. HIV does not cause AIDS. There is no HIV test. There is simply an antibody test for which over 60 different diseases can cause a positive result. Luc Montagnier, the so-called or the co-discoverer of the HIV so-called virus with Robert Gallo, has publicly stated that he no longer believes HIV causes AIDS and that AIDS can be cured with nutrition because it is an immune system disorder that is generated by a cultural lifestyle. AIDS was used primarily as an epi-eugenic scare tactic to make many people fearful of having sex because, quote, this is a sexually transmitted disease that you can die from, end quote. Abstinence always slows down population rates for eugenicists who are seeking to keep the population small and manageable. I recommend reading the book, The AIDS Hoax, 10 Reasons HIV is Not the Cause of AIDS. Something that's been going on in Japan since long before 2016 when I originally delivered this presentation and continues rampantly today is what is known as the Japanese quote-unquote intimacy crisis. And what it really is it's a human die-off. And that's what's going on in almost all cultures, especially westernized cultures, is we're being taught to think of sex as bad, evil, dirty, non-natural, against religion, against God, and to become abstinent and not even be able to have a healthy man-woman relationship. Japan is experiencing what is being called a, quote, epidemic intimacy crisis and has the fastest declining population rate in the world. Let me say that again. Japan has the fastest declining population rate in the world. The rate of human reproduction. You add this to what happened with human reproduction as a result of the fucking bullshit COVID so-called vaccine shots, which are eugenics shots, and we have a complete declining population now all over the whole world, especially Western civilization. The numbers are in, folks. It's actuaried. It's not speculation. It's actuaried. Almost half the population of Japan claims that it is no longer interested in any kind of sexual intimacy. Over 50% of the population of the country of Japan claims that it has no interest in any kind of sexual intimacy. That's That's heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, and other. Imagine that. That's a eugenicist perfect scenario come true. That's their envisioned worldview and mindset come true into manifest reality because of the number they have done upon the human fucking mind. So, look at all the interconnections in eugenics between what's happening with human sexuality and reproduction and the vaccine bullshit that's murdering people. And I'll say it, more likely than not was the cause of the rapid decline of my own father, because he was fully vaxxed and boosted. And there's just no telling people. They don't want to know. They don't want to learn. They don't want to know. It's painful. It's very fucking painful, but it's true. They want to trust that other people have their best interests in mind, and it's one of the biggest mistakes anybody can make. This intimacy crisis is happening because of destroyed sex drives in both genders due to extremely low testosterone levels. Again, we talked earlier in this series of The Unholy Feminine Revisited about how testosterone is having a war waged upon it. They want to reduce testosterone levels in men and women, because that is the drive hormone, that is the energy hormone, that is the vitality hormone. That is what they want to reduce in both men and women so that they become more docile, less driven to do anything. Japan is merely the social engineers' testing ground for their depopulation agenda. I said this in 2016, before COVID hit, in 2020, before the COVID fucking social engineering agenda hit. Not a fucking virus, not a fucking health crisis. It's a social engineering agenda. The American intimacy crisis has already begun. We are mirroring what they did, what they laid out, the social engineers laid out, and the occultists laid out in Japan. We are now mirroring it here in America, and it's well underway. It is just unspoken and is not likely to make headline news in any mainstream or alternative media. In Japan, 50% of people aged 16 to 49 had no sex within the past month. This is 2016 numbers. I'd have to re-research these figures, and I guarantee you every single metric is infinitely worse than it was in 2016 in the year 2024. I'd be shocked as all fucking shit if it wasn't. I don't even need to do the fucking research. I'm so sure that this fucking went up in a linear progression that I bet every fucking resource that I have. And believe me, you don't want to take that bet, because I guarantee you, I'll go do this research again, bring these numbers up to date for 2024, and you'll be fucking horrified. 27% of all men, over 1/4 of the Japanese population of all ages, said they have no interest in any sex at all. And you're telling me that's natural? You're telling me that's not social engineering? You're telling me that's not fucking poisoning and eugenics? If you tell me that, you're fucking retarded. You don't understand how bad it is. The people listen, you guys don't understand how bad it is. Or you would be motivated to get off your ass and do something like I've been doing for almost 2 decades. And you haven't, which is proof you don't know how bad it is. You don't know who's running the fucking show. You don't know how much evil is all around you. You don't know. You're ignorant of those fucking dynamics. Or you'd be motivated to fucking get up off your lazy fucking ass and do something to change it, and you're not. And that's what makes you trash. 23% of all women said that they were not interested in any sex at all anymore. Just under 1/4. 1 in 4. 61% of all men from 18 to 34, prime childbearing age and relationship age, said they're not interested in any relationship. That's the highest percentage in all of these metrics. Almost half, 49% of women, the same age group, not interested in any relationships. 36% of men 18 to 34 were still virgins, never had sex. 39% of all women, that's just under 1 in 2, of 18 to 34, again, relationship age, marriage age, childbearing age, etc., have never had sex, still virgins in the country of Japan. You don't think that that's eugenics? You don't think that that's Satanism? That's Satanism. That's pure satanic epi-eugenics at work. And these figures are coming to the United States of America. If not, they might be already here at those numbers. And I guarantee you, Japan is far, far fucking worse now. And if you don't think that's fucking satanic eugenics, you're fucking retarded. That's all I can say to people in the world. If you don't understand that that's eugenics, you're just a fucking retarded, dumb fucking ass. This is another thing. The rise of asexualism. And people want to believe that this is just some choice. This is mind control, and it's total dystopian health. This is the ruin of the body. This is the ruin of the mind. Asexualism is a disease, folks. I'm sorry. You want to say that I'm somehow bigoted for saying that? You're wrong. The removal of the human sex drive is a disease. Not wanting any sex is a disease. Something human that fundamentally makes you a human being has been destroyed and stripped out from you. And asexualism is not a choice. It's not a sexual lifestyle or identity. It's illness. And it really actually hurts the overall health of a human being. And I don't mean just physically. It hurts you physically. It hurts you in every way. Mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. For people to see sex as something I should just abstain from and not do it all and be completely fucking asexual is a disease. It's a mental illness and a disease. I've said this before. My mindset has not changed. It's never going to change, because for people to see sexuality as something that's not for me is just like saying spirituality is not for me. It's like, I really think people really need to listen to a lot of Terence McKenna's work. You'll get such a deep understanding of healing the mind, of human sexuality, of how humans perhaps once were and could be again. McKenna, this presentation has made me go back into the works of Terence McKenna and realize what absolute genius and absolute spiritual gold was there. Don't get me wrong, folks. I disagree with some things that Terence McKenna said. I think there were some things he, had a bit incorrect, but I don't gauge people's work that if you say one thing wrong, I dismiss every idea you ever spoke. That's nonsense. That's what a little fucking dumb child does, is say, oh, you got that part wrong, and therefore all your material is shit. No, that's not how anything works. Somebody can get something incorrect, and all of their other material still stands true. That's what a healthy mindset fucking understands, instead of a dumb fucking dolt mindset that says, throw it all out because he made one mistake. McKenna often talked about people who were completely asexual, how ruined they made themselves and didn't understand. When you never want to have sex again, that you're done. That's like the end of you. You might as well just shovel yourself into a fucking grave. People are supposed to be vital up to the time they die. You ask anybody who was healthy all the way up through the time they died, they were having sex that whole fucking time. Healthy sexuality. And didn't have the sexual drive beat out of them, because the sexual drive is life. And we can't even fucking talk about it because we're such fucking baby-fied fucking children in this fucking country and in this world. Asexuals are people who do not experience sexual attraction to anyone else. Asexualism is characterized by a total disinterest in all sexual behavior. Contrary to the claim that asexuality is not a physical and or psychological disorder, that is precisely what it is. It is another example of what social engineering and low testosterone levels in men and women will create. This is epi-eugenics. Asexuality is the result and the goal of epi-eugenics. Programming people into culling themselves through the mind, through mind control. It's unbelievable that fucking people don't understand this. It's sad. It's sad. It really means people got robbed and they don't even know what was taken from them. It's like somebody came into your fucking house, took your prized possessions, and you never figured it the fuck out that you got robbed. And this is what fucking Terence McKenna was telling people all the time. He was saying people who don't have a healthy relationship with their own sexuality and become like this, you never figured it the fuck out. It's like not having any real fucking understanding of health and self. It's bullshit eugenics foisted on us by all of the fucking social engineers of our world. And people haven't figured it the fuck out and think it's perfectly normal. Asexualism should not be normalized. It's a mental and physical disorder. And fuck you if you don't think so, and fuck you if you think I'm bigoted for saying it. No, I'm not. You're the fucking dumb dolt who doesn't understand satanic social engineering, loser. Get the fuck over it. Get as offended as you want. And if you don't think I'm right about this, you're a fucking retard. And let's hurt some fucking feelings today. Because that's what keeps people in their religious bullshit mindset, is your feels. Your feelings need to be fucking hurt and offended. It's what's keeping you in your fucking bullshit, religious, fucking nonsensical, brainwashed fucking mindset, you dumb dolt. You need to wake the fuck up all the way. Not a little bit, not half a crack of one eye, all the fucking way. And you're not. You're not. You're staying in your fucking dumb, lethargic, fucking asleep fucking mindset. Almost all of you. And we're basically babying people as if like this is some normal fucking thing. Terence McKenna would say, if you never figured it the fuck out. You lived your whole fucking life. You never figured out something as simple and critical and vital and essential as sexuality is a big part of your fucking health, your identity. Like, I'm not saying make it your identity. See, don't hear what I'm not saying. It doesn't mean, make lesbianism your entire identity because it has to do with your sexuality. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if your sexuality has been robbed from you through social engineering means, and then told you're perfectly okay when you're not, you didn't figure out what was just done to you. Like I said, it's like a thief taking something from you that you valued in the middle of the night, and then you wake up the next day and you don't even know it's gone. Let alone that a crime's been committed upon you. That's where we're at with the rise of asexualism. And I'm telling you, it's garnering tons of traction, and people continue to see this as something that's just healthy. It's the exact opposite of health. This whole thing called the sexodus, which is bullshit, and what they want, that men continue to fucking engage in and think that they're doing any good in the world when they're absolute morons continuing to contribute to more and more social engineering and degeneration of our entire society and the societal glue that could hold society together. They're just completely breaking those fucking bonds by believing in this thing called the sexodus, which was a big term used around, 2013, 14, 15, 16 when I made this presentation. The sexodus is a term used to describe a movement in which men who have recognized the ubiquitous, unacceptable behavior of the conditioned female are, quote-unquote, giving up on women altogether and no longer pursuing any type of relationship with females. Let me say that again. The sexodus is a movement in which men who have recognized women's behavior in the modern world is totally unacceptable. However, they don't know that it's socially engineered and that it's driven by the occult world. They have no clue about those things. They just see it and they react to the symptom. They realize that women's mindsets, because they've been conditioned, they don't know that they've been conditioned. They believe it's just their inherent, innate mindsets. And they're incorrect about that, but they see their behavior and they say, your behavior is unacceptable, so I'm dropping out of society and I'm giving up on any type of male-female relationships altogether. And what that does is that means that men who might have the possibility of learning about the social engineering will never engage women and teach it to them, because they're just saying, I'm dropping out and doing nothing. And I'm not going to even talk to women. I'm not going to teach women. I'm not going to engage with women. That's not the solution, you dumb fucking adults. The solution is understanding social engineering. The solution is understanding who put the fucking social engineering there and then exposing it to everybody, women and men alike. But you're too dumb to figure that out, you little shit boy. You just want to fucking run away from the problem. There's no telling these fucking people, because you're hard-headed ignoramuses. You're hard-headed ignoramuses. You were too dumb to figure out how it worked to begin with, and you're too dumb to admit that you got fucking duped. You're too dumb to admit that you're wrong. You're too dumb to admit that your attitude to fucking run the fuck away is wrong. That's where most men are at in this fucking shithole society. I see the so-called sexodus as a reactionary stopgap and a short-term defensive mechanism employed by men who realize that there is a profound problem at hand, but only recognize the symptoms at a skin-deep level. They have not yet penetrated to the actual root causal factors underlying the condition, which is the rampant social engineering utilized by the control class. No, you don't even see that because your fucking IQ is so fucking low, you can't even see what's being done all fucking around you by fucking geniuses who understand fucking human psychology and motivation more than you ever fucking will in your dumb adult life. And you want to tell me I'm fucking wrong when I'm giving you their fucking playbook, you fucking jackasses? Fucking dumbass, fucking monkey jackasses. Tired of you fucking nothings. You're fucking nothings. You don't know the first thing about the first fucking thing, you losers. Every part of civilization is having falling birth rates now more than ever after the fucking COVID war. This is the shit that was going down in 2016. Imagine where we're at now with falling birth rates. I guarantee you these numbers are abominable now. I have to re-research them and re-present more data to show people how much worse it's gotten. And I could probably compare and contrast the fucking charts and you'll vomit. You'll fucking vomit. You don't even know what's happening. You can't fucking see it because all you can see is you can't even see what's 10 fucking centimeters from your fucking eyes, let alone understand what fucking social engineers are doing. You're too fucking dumb. Human births must be maintained at a 2.1 replacement rate for a population to remain steady. The birth rate in the United States currently, meaning in the year 2016, stands at 1.86 and falling. This rate has been in decline year after year in every single Western industrialized nation due to the success of the epi-eugenics agenda. I predict that birth rates will continue to fall, and the rate at which they will decline will accelerate, not stay in a linear progression, but accelerate downward. And again, I have not researched this recently enough, but I will, and I will try to present that data at some future point. Another part of the feminism, neo-feminism, and epi-eugenics agenda is misandry, which is hate of men. And let me tell you something, folks. I see this every single solitary day with me walking anywhere in our society, as long as I'm alone. If there's a female with me, then this disappears. It won't be displayed by other women. But lone males operating in society, you'll see misandry everywhere, all around you. I don't treat anybody with hatred when I interact with them in society. Okay? I treat people with basic dignity and respect unless they prove to me that they don't deserve it. And there's man-hating everywhere in our entire culture. And folks, we're going to have to leave it there and pick up with this slide on the next show, because that's all the time we have for this edition of What on Earth is Happening. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you here, same time and place next week. Thank you, everyone. Did the card not drop down? Looks like our outro didn't drop in, or maybe it's just taking too long to do that. Just trigger it manually.
Should be good. We have about a minute.
Okay, well then I'll just talk until the end. I'm not really sure why the title card didn't trigger us out. Maybe it just needs a little bit more time, folks. Maybe we're just we just jumped the gun a little bit. But I'll continue to explore the concept of misandry and give some personal anecdotes about it next week. And the last show of the year is going to be on the last Sunday in June. So there's only a few shows left where I'm going to wrap up this topic and make a decision whether there will be a What on Earth is Happening season next year in 2025. Looks like the title card finally dropped down, so it really is the end of the show now. Thank you for viewing the show, and I'll see you right here next week with a continuation of Unholy Feminine Part 14.